on the East Coast and 5:12 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories, live events, and breaking news. I do want to head to some breaking news that we have been following throughout the morning as a food cart vendor has been shot in Times Square. Robert Moses with our Fox 5 New York team following this from the scene and joins us now with the latest. Good morning, Robert.
Josh, good morning to you. As you can see, part of the sidewalk here at the intersection of 47th Street and 7th Avenue remains cordoned off. Part of the street had been closed earlier, but the streets are back open. Police tell us the shooting here in Times Square happened right around 4:45 this morning. Yes, that's very early, but Times Square is busy at any hour of the day. We're told a group of young people got into an argument with a food cart vendor. That group then crossed 47th Street. One person from the group then turned and fired a gun in the direction of the vendor. Another vendor came to help him, and that vendor was then hit once in the arm. He was taken to Bellevue Hospital. He is expected to recover. Police tell us that at this point they have apprehended 3 people. Potentially they have the shooter among those people, but their exact roles in this all have to be sorted out. Charges at this point are still pending. The mayor has touted the low level of shootings here in New York City, but anytime there is a shooting in a high-profile area like Times Square, it gets a huge amount of attention. Again, the breaking news here, a 29-year-old man hit once in the arm. He is
mic check, 1 check, 1 2 1 2.
Expected to be okay. 3 people have been apprehended. Charges are pending. Josh, back to you.
And Robert, I know all of this kind of playing out right now, but do we know if the New York City Police Department, anyone else?
So I guess mic check 1 2 1 2. I don't know how the fuck this shit doing this echo stupid shit. I guess they saying this a food court vendor has been shot in Times Square. It's just coming out. But mic check 1 2 1 2. Appreciate that T-Banks for the bits. Okay, Mike is good. Okay, cool.
Else does plan in the next little bit to hold a news conference. I know a lot of times they do after some big events happen. This is obviously a crowded Times Square that we're talking about.
We actually spoke to the chief of department, John Schell. He was on our air here in New York City this morning. We don't know of any larger press conference, but he gave us most of the information that we have at this point, which is that there was this argument between the group of young people and the food cart vendor, and another vendor came to his aid, and that's when all of this went down. No plans at this point for a larger press briefing.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. So basically, it was a fucking food cart vendor beef. I guess that's what they have taped off right here. So I guess some people then got into it with them people that has the vending and then shot them. That's crazy. Fucking crazy. That's wild. Wild work. But what y'all on this morning? Sitting up listening to goddamn Lady Bird. That's not what they said. Well, what they say? What the fuck they say, Lady Bird? What are you talking about? What up, Thinker in the building? Yeah, it's gotta be getting hot around there. I'm trying to look for this damn Donald Trump shit. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck they said what was going on. I don't know what Ladybird talking about. She talking about that's not what they said. That's crazy. They have a damn shooting in Times Square. In the middle of Times Square, that's because that's a lot of people walking, especially at that time. Also, some customers got into it with the vendor and another vendor. That's what I just said. Crazy girl. I said, so apparently some civilians got into it with the vendor people. That's what I said. That's not what the hell I said. What's she talking about? That bird just like to say any goddamn thing. What you thought I said, girl? Oh yeah, and that was a crazy game. The Milwaukee Bucks losing that game like that. That was crazy. I'm trying to see this. I think it was ABC. when they called a fucking ABC interview. I know that shit is up somewhere. Okay. That's not it. La 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 la. Oh, they didn't. That's fucking stupid. They didn't broke this shit up in pieces. It's dumb. Like, what kind of shit? Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. That's some bullshit. Should have been the first thing. Is this it? Should have been plain. What the? The fuck this video here say? Why the fuck I can't find the full video? I'm looking for this full video of Trump ABC interview. It's fucking insane. So they, hold on, what y'all talking about? No, I didn't say no damn two vendors beefing. It's not what I said, Ladybird. Ladybird, you be, I didn't say that shit. Ladybird, you don't listen. Those Ladybird be acting like she 100 years old. I don't know what the hell be wrong with Ladybird. Stop acting so old, Ladybird. Shit. Hold on. I'm looking for it. I thought they didn't upload this shit to fucking. Where the fuck did I see this shit? Yeah. Type this shit in. Yeah, Chris, that's what I they putting up fucking 1 minute and 2 minutes. I want the whole fucking video. I don't know why they're not showing the whole thing. Somebody gotta have this shit somewhere put up. Anybody know where the fuck this video at? Because ABC normally puts the whole fucking video up. Boy, that's why I should have looked at this shit. Fucking with Lady Bird on the goddamn Discord. I don't find it. Yeah, it's just nothing but highlights. I was looking for Trump's 100-day ABC interview. It might be on Twitter though. What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna move along. It's just being weird. What the fuck? Fuck it. I don't have time for all that. I'm impatient. Very impatient. It was something else. I'll be writing shit down in my head. I gotta stop doing that. I do. I'll be writing shit down in my head. It was the Trump interview. There was something else that happened last night. Oh yeah, let me play this. Y'all heard about Mary J. Blige getting sued by Misha? That's crazy. Well, y'all probably won't even know who Misha is, but this is fucking insane. Misha Hilton, she's suing Mary J. Blige. If you don't know who Misha is, that's Justin's mom, Pup Daddy, ex. So she's a longtime friend of Mary J. Blige and Pup Daddy. And she was working for Mary. I'm finna see why the fuck would Misha be suing Mary J. Blige? That's crazy to me. No, Misha. I want the sit down thinker. It was the full video for the sit down when Trump had that interview. But let's find out what Misha suing Mary J. Blige for. like I said, if you don't know who Misha Hilton is, that's Justin Combs, Diddy's ex. That's his son's mother. And she works for Mary J. Blige. They've been on each other since the Uptown days. But she's suing Mary J. Blige for $5 million. I'm gonna find out what it's about.
Alrighty, y'all. So yesterday in here, we talked about the fact that stylist and mother of Diddy's son, Justin Combs, Misa Hilton, is suing Mary J. Blige for $5 million over rapper Velt, which is insane because, as a lot of us know, and for those who don't, they've been friends for decades. So this best friends. This caught everybody by surprise. So I reached out on all sides, and I got a call back from Misa Hilton's attorney yesterday when we were recording the podcast, and he agreed to do a live conversation for the podcast, or a recorded interview actually. And I
know Mary told you leave her the hell alone.
I didn't reach out to her directly. I reached out to her team. And surprisingly, the person I talked to hadn't even, like, they had been in the shuffle of things, didn't even know it was happening. So I just sent them some information. I haven't heard back from them.
Part of Mary's team didn't know what was going on?
The person I spoke to didn't know at all. I actually sent over, some background information, some articles for them, so that if they wanted to, they could make a statement.
That's crazy. They was just together at the Heart of a Woman Summit I hosted just last year, like months ago.
So Misa Hilton's attorney, we get into that. We get into that. So let's talk about first. He spoke to me on their relationship and why all of this is happening.
Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige, they're not just friends, they're non-biological family, probably closer than blood family. And it's very unfortunate that this had to go down like this because Misa tried every possible avenue in terms of trying to amicably resolve this with Mary, directly with Mary's camp. But unfortunately, and it's unbeknownst to us, why Mary J. Blige and why her camp completely cut off, Miss Hilton. And I can tell you, this Vado lawsuit isn't why their friendship died. Misa's confused. And Misa's tried to reach out to Mary. We did not want this in the media. Misa just thought that Mary may have been busy, or when Misa stopped getting phone calls and text messages and not being included on the normal things that they do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, her antennas went up. And we try to figure out, well, what's going on here? And that's really when we figure out that the relationship wasn't the same.
Yeah, so from what he is explained to us, Misa Hilton was allegedly blindsided by the fall off of their relationship, which is also very odd because they've been friends for decades. Hey y'all, it's Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club. Sorry to interrupt, but y'all know how I do. So I'm here to talk about Top Dog Law. Y'all hear Top Dog Law all over your radio, and I know by
Girl, I don't give a damn about no goddamn Top Dog Law. The fuck? Get back to the motherfucking information. Damn, that's crazy though. $5 million, that is fucking insane. I'm like, what? What the fuck could she possibly be suing her? Unless I missed it. You suing her for $5 million? Like, boy, that's why it really ain't no friends in this shit. Because if you think about it, y'all been friends since the 80s, early 90s, and you suing for that? That's crazy. But I guess, since the lawyer is saying that she wasn't picking up the phone calls no more and wasn't being responsive, now that shit didn't hit the media. Like, these people they be knowing what the fuck they do. Yeah, I don't know, but it's crazy. No matter what, that shit's, because I'm trying to figure out what company they probably had together, so she probably suing for that.
So it was blindsided?
So
by what?
By the way that the friendship fell off. Like, according to Misa's attorney, she's alleging that at some point her and Mary just stopped speaking. Like, she was reaching out, Mary wasn't responding to phone calls, wasn't inviting her to certain things.
Well, you got to get your attention somehow. Okay. I told you to call me back.
So in the midst of that, what actually started happening was small things with Vado. So he was being invited to, little private gatherings. There were conversations that were being had with him about, if you leave her as management, allegedly, if you leave her as management and come over here, we can get you more money. But until you do that, we're not going to do certain things for you, allegedly. And also, he has this new album out, or this new album he's trying to release that they're alleging Mary will not let release because he won't leave Misa as management.
Question: when Misa is suing Mary for this money, is she suing for what she thought the Vado album would make, or is that what they spent on the project, the $5 million?
It's an accumulation of things. So it's what he would have made from appearances, because he actually does shows and stuff and opens up, I'm assuming, for Mary, according to this attorney. What the music would have made, just anything, bookings, all of that. She also alleges in this lawsuit that there are certain bookings and things that he gets because he's Mary J. Blige's artist. That
I had no idea he was Mary J. Blige's artist.
Well,
I had no idea. Did anybody?
Wait.
When I heard the music, I
Who was they
assumed, because
talking
you
about?
started hearing Vado and a bunch of Mary joints,
Oh.
Mary
Yeah.
and a bunch of Vado.
Vado?
So I
Who
assumed
was
they
that?
were working closely somehow, some way.
Well,
I didn't know that.
let's take a listen to more information on her trying to reach out before, and the fact that he was signed to Mary. Before it got to this point where you're saying that this is happening, how much correspondence and what did you guys want out of that correspondence?
The first thing that we always do in situations like this is we'll send over a letter, what we call an LOI, a letter of intent. Before we did that, though, what we did was we reached out personally. I reached out to her legal team. We know who they are, and we tried via email, via text message, whatever phone numbers we can get from other people in our orbit in the industry, and we got absolutely zero response. And the way that we wanted to do this was, yes, in terms of, let's be honest here. Vado, I understand that maybe in 2025, and on whatever date today is, April 29th, 2025, that maybe he's not as relevant as he was prior. But
goddamn, somebody telling the
he's
truth.
not signed to an independent label. He's signed to Mary J. Blige.
See, and I'm glad the lawyers say that, because I'm just asking questions strictly from a business perspective.
Right.
Did Vado ever make Cam $5 million? I don't know.
I know who they're talking about. They're talking about Vado the rapper.
I don't know.
I know
so I'm
now.
just like, where did they get this
That's
$5
crazy.
million?
Well, you know,
number
sometimes
from?
when they ask,
what would Misa and Mary? Why would Misa and Mary think that a Vado album would make them $5 million? I'm just asking respectfully from a business perspective.
well, you know, sometimes when they ask, they over ask, because usually it's a negotiation. So maybe that's what the over ask is. But for somebody,
cool.
And they also include attorney fees and like all the fees of like just having to bring this suit and like all of that. But also too, remember I told you yesterday, they were talking now in the lawsuit, Misa is also talking about the emotional distress and just different things that she's had to endure. And I'm assuming, you know, as a business person, she's taking a hit because you promising this artist to be there and do certain things. So she's anticipating numbers.
This is silly. I mean, for them to be such close friends, like it should never have gotten to this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I asked, how was Misa doing now because of that? Let's take a listen.
I mean, she's upset. There's a lot going on. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, Sean Combs and what's going on with him, it's unfortunate, but it affects everybody. You know, Misa's a wonderful woman. You know, Sean's kids are wonderful, wonderful kids. I can't say more about them. They really were raised as gentlemen. And I deal with them on a consistent basis. But she's upset. And again, she's more upset of the relationship. It's like all of a sudden you have a sister that you've been with forever, and 40 years later, all of a sudden your sister stops talking to you and you have no reason why.
Yeah, but you don't escalate that with a lawsuit.
You can't be mad at somebody for not wanting to be your friend. Like, you can't sue me for that. But now the business part, you can.
I was about to say
that should even be a conversation. That says, in my talking point.
So I was gonna ask y'all, like, when doing business with friends, like a friend like this, if it got to a point where she's not responding, she's being told, you know, Misa's being told, you know, the album's not gonna come out allegedly. She got business.
Yeah, see, like that's why. Oh, bruh, there's no friends in this shit. There's no fucking friends in this shit. It's sad to say it, but it's the truth. There's no friends in this shit, and because that's pretty much what it sounds like. They're not. She stopped speaking to her. Misa was probably trying to be in the best interest of old boy Vado. I know Vado who they talking about now. They're talking about the Harlem rapper Vado, who used to fool with Cameron. So that apparently they're talking about him. So to me, that's like, the fuck. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. To go out and sue your friend because you can't get him on the phone. Something they could have worked out on the back end. But I guess Misa, you know, that money Puff's in jail on Diddy. And she probably looking at it like shit. Because she can't get a dime from him. So folks got to do what they got to do to get the money that, you know, they trying to get. But that's a stupid ass lawsuit. But shit, it's a money grab. Get your money. I guess that's what time she on. So fuck it. Got to do what they got to do. Get your money from. I mean, what's your thoughts? Y'all think it's cool for her to do that, to sue her own friend? Yeah, Misha's I ain't gonna say she's a bad character, but Misha about getting her money. Because a lot of them is, you know, when they come from that era, like I said, that's Justin's mom. So she been around since day one of them bad boy days. So ain't no telling you know, what kind of time she on today. Because she was even in y'all know the video. What was the video? I love it when you call me the Big Papa video. When Puff is in the jacuzzi in that fucking video. That's Misha that's in the video with him in that hot tub. So that's how long she's been around. So she's been around. So I'm pretty sure she got that sharks mentality and shit. She gonna get her money however she can get it from them. The NBA playoffs is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, and I seen Ladyberg ass. She was sitting up here trying to run the damn. Yeah, it's wild work. Definitely wild work. Crystal. I cannot find this fucking Trump interview. That's crazy. I just knew it was gonna be up today. And in case if y'all don't know too, did y'all hear about Donda? Does anybody care about this fucking Kanye West new album, the Donda 2, dropping last night? Do y'all care about that news, Kanye West? Because I guess that might be just the younger folks thing, to where they're into what Kanye West got going on, like his fucking antics. And I did see a lot of people post the difference between his first Donda release and this new Donda 2 release. Basically, was more done privately. And that first one, he was doing it in stadiums. I wonder did they put it up on because I'm not gonna listen to that shit till it's on Apple. So if he don't put that shit on Apple Music, I'm not listening to that shit. I'm not going to no fucking YouTube Music and no damn what's the other shit he got? Not just YouTube Music. He put it on Tidal, YouTube Music, and Spotify. I think. Like nigga, to put that shit on Apple. I don't use that bullshit. I don't. Let me see. And even when it comes to the who else? Because I know Indiana put Milwaukee Bucks out. That would have been a good question I'll ask y'all. Do y'all think where's y'all real sports fans? But Giannis, they saying Giannis is gonna get traded or he's gonna go to another team. Who else got put out yesterday? No, Indiana beat Milwaukee. Denver is up now 3-2 over the Clippers. They whooped their ass, the Clippers' ass yesterday. Boston Celtics, they finally closed. They won 4-1. So shout out to the Celtics. Celtics got to play the winner between New York and Detroit. So hopefully Detroit. Do Detroit play in New York play today? Wait, Aiden Rose. For real? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll say that. Let me see. Times now. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Velt News in like 10 minutes. Let me see. The fucking look at Lady Bird. Damn, talk to me Tuesday. Her and goddamn Melissa running their mouth on Talk to Me Tuesday. Lady Bird, shut your ass up. All you want to do is sit on goddamn Facebook. But I did. Y'all heard about Meta's AIs? They new AI system for Facebook. I ain't on no fucking Facebook, so I won't be able to test it. Yeah. Let me see something. That word don't be talking about shit. Talk to me goddamn Tuesday. So Ladyberg, yo ass, you was live on YouTube yesterday. All you want to do is fucking What the entire fuck? It's the first thing. I mean, well, not the first thing, but I just seen it. Nadeberg live on. But the motherfucker talk to me too. You better stop hating on Melissa. Let me see. Boy, Shador Sanders. He's finally at Cleveland and at camp. He was in training or something. He was doing a heel run yesterday. I seen that also. Okay, what's that? What's that, Krista? Let me see what link this is. Okay. Here's the 40-minute. But that's on ABC News. Holy shit. Lord. So they don't have it nowhere on the fucking internet. That's bad work. It's bad work. Serious, Krista. We can't get it nowhere else. Like, so it's not on Twitter at all or on YouTube, I'm assuming. Hold on. Okay. Shit. All right, that's cool. Hold on. I think the Warriors play tonight too. And they keep saying Shannon Sharp lost that $100 million deal. Like, shut your ass up. Sometimes I just be looking at all of this shit, the news that be coming out. Like, it's a bunch of regurgitated information. It really is. Like, Stephen A. spoke on the 100 gorilla. I mean, the one gorilla versus 100 men. What y'all think about that? Y'all, I know everybody in the seen that. One gorilla versus 100 men. And would they win? What y'all think about that conversation people is having? I think Twitter gonna do is always be fucking creative. Twitter is crazy. And even a fucking, and of course, if y'all don't know, well, I'm not. Should I even speak on that shit? No, I got to. Talking about what? The 100 men gorilla thing or what? News manufacturing. Yeah, them. Exactly. Them goddamn gorillas are fuck over them boys. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I mean, I think it's a creative conversation though. At least Twitter did bring back, because I told y'all a lot of them trends. I hope y'all do know, be starting on Twitter. That shit don't come from TikTok. Which TikTok started them dances or whatever the fuck. Now they do. TikTok do get credit for that. A lot of the dance shit, that's all TikTok. But conversations like that, the one gorilla versus 100 men, and a lot of the shit that be floating around on the internet that be going viral, that'd be all Twitter. That's why I say, boy, Black Twitter is, boy, them some creative motherfuckers, boy. They will come up with some shit. They really will. They will come up with some creative shit. Let me see what Don Lemon stupid ass talking about. Hold on. Mr. B's. I'll figure out how to pull it off. What you talking about thinking? I said, shit not working. Okay. Hold on. We'll see what Don Lemon say about this. And they still on top of this fucking Shador conversation for whatever reason. Like they need to stop hating on this man for whatever reason. They really be hating on that man. Oh my God, bro. This. Let me see. Bro, get good internet, bro.
So let me just read to you what I wrote this morning. Okay. And then it'll tell you this is from the Substack. Okay. Let's go, Andy. Let's talk about it. So the rules change when it's your son. Shedeur Sanders, double standard, and the story America keeps telling. I should say keeps telling itself or telling on itself. I might have to change that. Excuse me.
Wait,
okay,
so listen, and all y'all familiar with Don Lemons, right? Mr. Lemonhead. The fuck is he talking about? The rules change when it's your son. Shedeur Sanders, double standards, and the story America keeps telling. Let's find out what the fuck Don Lemon. Now he's talking about Shedeur Sanders and being drafted, and a lot of people are saying the NFL basically did a fucking boycott of him because, you know, he wears jewelry, chains, and shit, and he acts like a black person, and he's fucking arrogant, and he's fucking confident, and he's fucking, you know, like don't give a fuck. And a lot of people are putting out there saying Shedeur Sanders had a fuck you attitude towards, you know, the combine, but that's not a reason to not draft a good quarterback. Because that the young guy, his attitude, he'll pretty much make a locker room a shithole because of his persona and his attitude. But I'm like, did they forget what fucking Johnny what's his name? Johnny Manziel, whatever his fucking name was. Football Johnny. That was his nickname. Like, what the fuck was he? That motherfucker was out his mind. Shit, after he got drafted, he was partying with Drake, LeBron, and getting drunk every night. But let's see what Don Lemon got to say.
Some folks haven't, like our Nikki, my algorithm is all immigration. And I was like, mine was mixed. Mine was about, okay, so this is how I start. I say, if you're a sports fan, you already know the headlines. But if you're not, or even if you only caught the surface, you might have missed the deeper story unfolding here. Either way, I want you to take a few minutes and I want you to read this. And I want you guys watching to take a few minutes and I want you to absorb this. And I really want to know in the comments what you think. You may say, Don, what you're writing is unfair. I don't think it's fair. Okay, great. I like that. Either way, take a few moments and read this, because while on the surface, it may look like a sports story, it's really a story about America and perception versus reality. And in America, especially for Black men, perception often becomes reality, a harsher, heavier reality where the benefit of the doubt is a luxury you rarely receive. Now, you guys know I'm going to tell you like it is. So this photograph I had there is on purpose, because this is a Sanders brothers, the Sanders family. And then below is the Manning family. And I thought it was a good comparison. Some folks may say it's not apples to apples, but thank you, Ursula Harvey. I think it was on point too. But this is to make you think. This is to spark a conversation. And I actually came up with a headline where I forgot what my original headline was, but I said I wanted this to appeal to everyone, including the women and the mothers out there, because they're going to think it's a sports story. So how do you appeal to with their sons? Right? Okay. So that's why I have those two families there. Now go with me. I want you guys to listen to this, okay? I want you to listen. I said, there is a ritual in America, almost as old as the game itself. Watch a young Black man rise and then look for ways to humble him. Remember, I don't pull punches. I don't hold back words. Part of the reason why I'm in independent media now. I'm not, I don't sanitize enough. I don't edit enough. I think that the news is about adults and we should be able to talk this way. Shedeur Sanders entered the 2025 NFL draft with everything the system is supposed to reward.
Shout out my boy Kingpin.
Talent,
Appreciate the 100 bit.
discipline,
Kingpin.
Resilience. He left not as a top 5 pick, not even a second round choice, but a 5th rounder, 144th overall. Shocking to a lot of people. Not that they think that he should have been the number 1, should have been in the first round, the second round, the 5th, considering his numbers, considering his pedigree. That would be a different story if, I believe, regardless of how he acted in the interviews, they said, oh, he didn't take the interview seriously, but that's reportedly. I don't know if that's real or not, because I know that a lot of things that are reported about me are fake or false all lies, but people believe it because it's written. And I know, being in the media, that there is a double standard, especially when it comes to people of color, especially men of color. That is the God's honest truth.
No, Don Lemon is not lying about that. It is. It's because even when you look at the storylines, right, it's not that many black anchors, right, or on national television. And it sounds like to me, if I'm hearing him correctly, he's defending Shador Sanders, right? Chat. Don Lemon is trying to spin. He isn't telling the whole story. Yeah, he's been doing that. Hold on, let me finish listening.
He ended 144th overall, not because he couldn't play. Of course, he certainly could. Not because he couldn't lead, not because he lacked the numbers. He threw for over 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, and with a 74% completion rate. Okay, now listen to me. Those are better numbers, in fact, than quarterbacks drafted before him this year. Better numbers than Eli Manning had when his father, Archie Manning, reportedly brokered Eli's future from a podium, deciding for him that San Diego wasn't worthy and sending him to New York instead. Now, he denies some of that now, but that is the report. Okay? That's why I said reportedly. And there is Eli and
because I will, and I'm so glad that they is using that this as an example, because Archie Manning, when he did that for Eli, he was dead ass serious. Like, he was like, yo, he's not going to fucking San Diego. That's how Eli Manning basically was able to go to the Giants. He was like, no, you're not going to that team. And they respected Archie Manning. So for them not to respect Deion Sanders and his sons is like, I mean, but it's the NFL. It's all white owners. Because there's no, if I'm not mistaken, there's no black NFL owners. And I don't think that's never going to fucking happen. So while black folks been out here complaining about black quarterbacks, black head coaches, why is there not a black owner of the NFL? Even better question, right? Why won't y'all own league? This is what baffles me, right? When you think about football, when you think about baseball, when you think about basketball, y'all do know we had our own, black people had their own baseball league, football league, and basketball league. Between all these wealthy ass NBA players today, they can start their own fucking NBA league. Do you know how popular that would be? But the mindset of these athletes today is so fucking want to be approved by, you know, that NFL office or that NBA office that they can't even see that. Yeah, he tried. Thinker Jay-Z tried, but Jay-Z's full of shit. Jay-Z's full of shit. Like Usher, he owned a percentage of the Charlotte Hornets. Jay-Z had an ownership percentage of the Brooklyn Nets. Of course, Michael Jordan technically was what yeah, he was the owner of the Charlotte Bobcats. So we at least did get that. Michael Jordan owning the Charlotte Bobcats or the Charlotte Hornets, and you know, but he ended up selling that because he no longer owns Charlotte. But they can start their own fucking league. The amount of money that they make, these dudes is making $200 and $300 million. Like, look at it. Ice Cube did it and called it the Big Three league. Like, they can do the same shit with the NFL. You know how popular, like, what was his name? Satchel Paige, just baseball now. Like, maybe y'all are a little too young, but, you know, check out that motherfucking Negro League for baseball. They wanted in Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth wanted these black players that was playing in the Negro League baseball. Babe Ruth wanted to play against them because they saying, yo, Satchel Paige and I forget the other guy's name. Man, it was Hank Aaron. Babe Ruth record, home run record. The Negro League owned that fucking home run record. Like, it's crazy. Like, if we start our own baseball league, football league, and fucking basketball league, what? That should be turned the fuck up. But let me get back to what Don Lemon sitting over Lemonhead talking about.
Archie Manning, right there. Okay, so no, Keep scrolling up, Andy. Shedeur Sanders fell because of something else, something quieter, something older, something far more familiar. They whispered about his interviews. They said he came across as brash, as too confident, as entitled. Maybe there's some truth to it, I say. Maybe he could have handled it better. Maybe, or maybe not. Because again, this is reportedly, I wasn't in the interviews, you weren't in the interviews. The reporters were not in the interviews. It was between the coaches, probably the owners or whomever. But this is the perception that people say. This is what reportedly, maybe, maybe not. But in America, when a young black man carries himself with certainty, we don't call it self-assurance, we call it trouble. We turn self-belief into a warning sign. We turn pride into a flaw. Now, again, some of you may not hear, oh, Don, this guy was too cocky. Isn't that part of being an athlete, is like being cocky and self-assured? Humility is part of it too, but not everybody has the same personality. And not just for the young. It starts early, but it follows black men all their lives. Confidence, independence, audacity, qualities that are celebrated in white boys, white men, are treated like threats in black boys, black men, especially when the man standing behind you is Deion Sanders. A father who dared to love his son loudly, publicly, unapologetically, especially when the legacy looks like him, meaning Deion Sanders. The legacy looks like Deion Sanders. And there he is with his dad. There he is with his trophies, right? With his awards. Okay, keep going. Keep scrolling up. We saw it before, didn't we? When Archie Manning fought for Eli, it was legacy. When Deion Sanders stands up for Shedeur, it's ego. When young white quarterbacks exude swagger, it's charisma. When young black quarterbacks exude the same, it's arrogance. And I give examples. I like to have receipts. It's the same playbook, the same story, the same lie, and it's not new. For example, Cam Newton celebrated touchdowns and was called a showboat. Baker Mayfield celebrated and it was called passion. Lamar Jackson was told maybe he should switch positions. Josh Allen was told he just needed more coaching.
I am about to completely transform my house with the futuristic lighting system called Jellyfish Lights. And the best part, my wife has no idea that this is happening. It's something that she's always wanted, and she's gonna freak out. I'm really wishing I had one of those giant red bows that people put on the hoods of cars when they give somebody a car, but Chelsea, some girls get G-Wagons, you get 60-foot articulating beam lifts, so I hope you enjoy the new ride. The chaos has begun. Oh my goodness.
That'd be so cool.
So these are what they look like, and I don't know how many colors they have, but I can put it on screen. It's basically an infinite amount of colors. So these.
Again, go look it up yourself. And I fact-checked all of this. Justin Fields had his work ethic questioned without cause. Mac Jones had his faults glossed over. The double standard has always been there, and every time a black quarterback stands tall, the system looks for a reason to sit him back down. This is resonating with a lot of you. Thank you very much. And if it is, make sure you hit that thumbs up and send me your comments because I want to know. Thank you, Arist. The double standard has always been there. And every time a black quarterback stands tall, the system looks for a reason to sit him back down. And let's be honest about something else too. Now I want you to listen to this one, okay? Remember, he's a showboat. He's too arrogant. He doesn't take things seriously. Someone said he was wearing too much cologne. Someone said he had headphones on. All of that, okay? Let's be honest about something else too. Many of the men who made these draft decisions, who wrung their hands over Shedeur's confidence, and the very ones who openly supported Donald Trump, a man more arrogant, more selfish, and more bloated with ego than any 21-year-old athlete could dream of being. Donald Trump is almost an 80-year-old man, and he has all these qualities he has not learned. Shedeur Sanders, whether you like it or not, maybe he could have handled some things differently, but he's 21 years old. Okay? He is a 21-year-old. Let me read that again, just so I want this to settle in, okay? And let's be honest about something else too. Many of the men who made these draft decisions, who wrung their hands over Shedeur's confidence, are the very ones who openly support Donald Trump, a man more arrogant, more selfish, and more bloated with ego than any 21-year-old athlete could dream of being.
You know what's crazy?
Thank you.
Like just listening to him. Y'all paying attention? Hello? What's funny about this, right? Even though I agree, I completely 100% agree with everything Don Lemon is saying, right? Mr. Lemonhead. But this is his moment also. You know, the underlying tone he's using right now is to go at Trump. Because MAGA is the ones who's doing that weird shit. Excuse me. Damn. I'm on my goddamn third cup of coffee. Y'all forgive me. But his undertone is he's going at MAGA. This is Don Lemon going completely at MAGA at this point. Like dead ass. He's going at MAGA. Because MAGA is the one who's promoting that weird shit. And, you know, and he's showcasing the underlying tone of racism towards, you know, people of color and black folks in American society when it comes to major sports and stuff like that. So I hope y'all catching that too, because I'm definitely catching that part. We can listen to the rest of it. Hold on.
You, Paulette Ward, preach the truth. I'm just telling you, I always tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. So when Trump starts sounding like the voice of reason about how unfairly a young black man is being treated, you don't just have a football problem, you have a soul problem. When Donald Trump is the voice of reason, the same man who called NBA players sons of bitches, when he becomes a voice of reason, you have more than just a football problem, you have a soul problem. And there's an even deeper irony hiding inside of this. Deion Sanders has spoken warmly about Trump in the past. He defended Trump's leadership, praised his policies, and aligned, knowingly or not, with a movement that insists systemic racism is just a myth. Some people might say it's karma. I don't know. And yet here he stands, watching his son become a living, breathing example of the very system that so many of them claim doesn't exist. I don't think I need to say anything more about that. You guys get it. Trump posted about Shedeur's draft slide, calling NFL owners stupid for overlooking a kid with phenomenal genes, he said, and a future full of greatness. And again, I'm a truth teller here. And for once, he wasn't wrong. Even if he didn't understand the depth of what he was saying. He didn't understand the depth of what he was saying. But a broken clock. He wasn't wrong. And he posted on his social site. Shedeur Sanders' fall wasn't about ability. It wasn't about readiness. It wasn't about a culture inside the NFL outside of it. Excuse me, let me read that again. Shedeur Sanders' fall wasn't about ability. It wasn't about readiness. It was about a culture inside the NFL and outside of it that still feels the need to remind black boys, black men, no matter how polished, how talented, how prepared, know your place.
Yep. And that's the bottom line. Know your fucking place. And that's the America we live in.
Tell me if you think I'm...
Sad part about that is, Don's right. Bottom line to it. Know your fucking place. As crazy as that shit sounds, but it's the fucking truth. That's why I say I don't understand, or I don't get how these athletes sit up and deal with this shit. How do y'all literally fucking do that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just, I guess it's the era I grew up in. Like some of that shit, I couldn't go for. I wouldn't go for that shit. I wouldn't. I would stand on some shit and go. It's no way. It's no way I would stand for some of the shit these athletes. But I get it, that money. That paycheck. Nobody wants to lose that sponsorship and the millions of dollars. We seen what happened with what his name? Kaepernick. Nobody wants to be put in that position. Y'all there? Or y'all going to sleep? I know it's what, Wednesday? Today, Wednesday? Yep. Happy Wednesday. Wake y'all ass up. Hello over there. Okay. Well, Krista here. Everybody else, what the hell y'all got going on? Tell me y'all done. Shit, it's the middle of the week. What about this shit? The week's gonna be over real soon. You know what I did? I seen look at Jamila here. What? We still talking about this Shannon Sharp shit? Like people still own this fucking Shannon Sharp shit? Like I know y'all don't want to hear that shit, right? Goddamn, the Shannon Sharp shit is just almost pathetic. What else? Let me see something. Let me see something. Oh yeah, I was watching this. Hold on. Let me see something. Yo, y'all seen this bullshit? Hold on. I seen some shit to where it was like, let me see. Yeah, we gonna skip right quick to something else. I ended up coming across this let me see something. Like I didn't even know people was even making these kind of videos, but it's crazy that some of the shit they got going on. And I guess I'm trying to figure out how to frame my question I want to ask y'all before I play this. What do y'all think when it comes to these kids, right? Because I know yesterday I touched on the little Dirk situation with Dirk being in the feds and being charged with what is it called? Hitman for hire or hire for some shit. Whatever the fuck it is. But I ran across something, right? Where the fuck is this shit at? And what do y'all think? What do y'all think about these younger kids wasting their fucking life trying to be on some drill shit? Like to me, it's so fucking sad that you got these kids that's like 19, 20, 21, and they just out here really like throwing their fucking life away to prove that they just this gangster and they just this. Like it's crazy to me. Like dead ass. And I'll be like, yo, what happened to like y'all don't think we have a problem like with where the mindset of the youth is to where it's at today? Like it's fucking crazy what the fuck they got going on. Like it's almost insane. Like these little kids is just getting killed at a very young age and just throwing their fucking life away. Like it's crazy. Like it's really fucking crazy. I'm thinking, should I play this shit? I just seen someone. I was like, bruh, like it's weird, dude. They just throwing their fucking life away for nothing. No, I'm not even gonna play it. Matter of fact, what do I think caused that mindset? I just think that's the new environment people are living in today. Right. Crystal. So I think that's what the little kids that's what they're singing now. Like in my days in the 80s, the 90s, early 90s, growing up, we had scary movies. We had, like being a drug dealer back then, that wasn't publicized the way it is today. Or killing people, or like you either was a part of it or you wasn't. But it wasn't pushed 24/7 in the media. Today, that's like it's all over the internet. The internet now is the new media, right? So all these little kids, from 9, 10, 11, 12, they got these phones in their hands and these iPads in their hands. So all they understanding and knowing is basically drill, 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 drill. And it's crazy because if you think of the timeline of Chicago, when Chicago started this drill, that's during the Chief Keef era. And I think that's what, 2000, it's like 12 or 11, I think. So shit, this a decade later. So a kid they're 18 now. So they was probably 10 or 11. That kid today is like 21, 22, 24, 25. They grew up, all they knew was seeing drill type shit, being popular in music and all over the internet, all on Instagram, all on Facebook. These fight videos, and that shit has influenced, I definitely know for the Black community, it's influenced them strongly. Hold on, what is this? So it's just, it really makes me think about these younger kids today and where they at and like how it's going to affect them. And I'm just like, man, it's fucked up. I feel bad for these younger kids. I really do. Because they ain't got no way out. The only way out now is the internet. Back then, you wanted to be a rapper. It wasn't that. Like, you got to remember, back then in my time, becoming a rapper, signing a record label, a record deal, that wasn't normal. That was not fucking normal. Any person that got a record deal back then, that was not normal. But today is like somebody go spend about $300-$400 on a laptop, a $25 mic, whatever that, boom, boom, boom. You got a studio, you can record. Now you're a rapper. You just record a video, put it up, you're a rapper. Show a bunch of guns in the video, use a drill rapper. It's crazy. These kids, 17, 18, throwing their fucking life away. Throwing their life away. Fucking insane. But back then it wasn't like that for us. It wasn't like that for us. What is this shit on 360? That's problematic. Okay. Men are saving money by staying single. I like this title. Oh shit. I definitely like this title. Matter of fact, let me address this title. Men are saving money by staying single. I completely agree with that, right? Before we even get into this conversation, I'm gonna just predict, right, based off what she's finna say, right? Because I think I kind of like this young lady's perspective on relationship shit, right? Number one, she's married, so I can tell a lot of her responses or conversations is not biased. But men today, like I said, when we're talking about the 19-year-old to about 28, shit, some 30-year-olds, it is better for them to be single because it costs more money to have a relationship or be in a relationship with a woman today. So if you think about it, you're 21, 22 today or 25 today, right? What do these women, they want their eyes, their hair, their bags, their shoes. It costs a lot of money to be with a woman today. Even for the older women that's in my bracket, right? It costs. It's crazy, but it costs money to be with these women today. So it's better for men to stay single. It's better for you to stay your ass single. It's crazy as that sound, right? Because I believe in what Elon said. Shit, make having babies great again. Have children. Yes, have children. And make a lot of them. Make a lot of kids. As many you can have them. And the reason why I come from that position is because the older you get, you'll understand why it's best to have kids. Kids bring something different to you. But yeah, men is staying single because it costs too much to have these women in your life today. You can save a lot more. You got to deal with the weirdo shit. And these women, oh my Lord. So I can just imagine for these new kids that's, going through what the fuck they're going through. I know them little girls is a fucking headache. They want to be in the club every day. They want to take trips to Dubai every week or twice a month. It's a headache. It's a fucking headache when that's not life. But I'm gonna see what she say though. But I think that's why more men men are staying single because they're saving money. It costs more money dealing with a woman. They don't have to deal with that. They can just sleep with however many women they want, buy this and buy that whenever they feel like it, and keep it pushing, but still keep all your money.
Every time I turn around, I see more and more men celebrating being single. They talk about how much freedom they have, how much money they have, how better they are looking, how healthier they are becoming. And if I didn't know any better, it would sound like a lot of the men were trying to encourage men out there to actually stay single. All right. Don't get involved with no woman. Don't go on dates. Don't do anything, but focus on yourself. Like, more and more men are falling under that category and under that umbrella. And I am scared for a lot of y'all women out there because I already know when it comes to us, we absolutely need love, affection, attention, and men. Okay. All of those things stand for men. Men saying, nah, I'm good, love. I don't know. Okay. But let's get into it, you all. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Yeah. Let's start this from the top and get into it and break it down. All right.
Bro, I literally just figured out the cheat code. If you want to get bigger in the gym, if you want to save all your money, literally all you have to do is stay single, bro. Like, I know it sounds simple, but all my life, like, I always felt like I needed a chick. And then a couple months that I didn't have the chick, like the months that I didn't have a chick, bro, the amount of money I done saved, you wouldn't believe. The amount of size I put on in the gym, you would not believe, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, you literally cannot save in a relationship. You either paying all type of shit for them everywhere you go. Every time you go somewhere, you paying double. Every time you want to kick it, you paying for a bottle, you paying for gas, you paying for parking, you paying for a restaurant, you paying for this. Bro, when
see what Lady Bird, where your maggot ass at? It's that simple. I don't even have to listen to the rest of what he's saying. Told you it's that simple. Women have become a fucking headache, right? And you save more money by not being in a relationship. You really do. You save more money. Because you do. You go on a date, what? You're paying for two. I can go to Maggiano's every day. I can spend $30, $40, right? Meal about 32. Might have a drink. So max, I might spend about 50. And I ate real good. And you eating good. Just all $50. Right? Or any, nice restaurant. But if you take a young lady with you, oh yeah, let's go out for dinner. You know what that 50 turns into now? 150. Why? Because, of course, she probably going to order something around the same price, about $30, $40. She's probably going to want to have a drink. Might want to. And guess what? You just spent $150 when normally you would have saved $100. Because 50 you're going to spend on yourself. That's why I don't trip on shit like that. Just my mindset, been doing it for so long. I already know if I go to a restaurant, I already know $50 is in my head, depending on how I feel. Why? Like I said, about $25, $30, $35 for the meal, just for me to eat what the fuck I want to eat. But that's just me. I'm picky as fuck with my food, right? So, and I might want to have a drink. The drink gonna cost you about $10, $12, right? Shot of goddamn Henny on the rocks or a shot of motherfucking 1738. It'll cost you about $10, $11, depending on where you at. But that's just for myself. Now, this lady gets involved. You doing that 3 times a week. How much money is that? If I said that's going to come up to about $100, $150 just between the both of y'all eating, Guess how much you spending if you do that 3 times? Anybody can add? That's $450, right? Hold on. You spending about $150. Yeah, $450. So that's $450 you spending a week on going out to eat. And that's just being modest. Don't let it be a party where you drink it. It's Friday night. Fuck that. I want about 3-4 shots. You know how much them shots cost. So you get something to eat on top of the 3-4 shots, and then she eating, and then she get 3-4 shots. You easily spending about $300. That's in one night. $300-400, easy. Valet gonna cost you about $20, $25, $30, $50 max. Or you gotta spend $100 to sit there, put your joint in the front. But you save all this money if you don't do it with a bar. You just go out by yourself. You save money. It's crazy because I was telling somebody that a few months ago. I was like, what? Because that's what I like. I'll go eat by myself. I don't need nobody to go with me. What? I don't hang around a bunch of Negroes. I don't hang around them. So the first thing I do, I go get me something to eat, and I know what I'm gonna spend. She might get bougie and won't. Yeah. But some women are smart, depending on the type of woman that you might go out with. Women is very smart. They order food based on what they think. Well, I don't know the ones that be tricking them dudes, but I'm saying most women that I'll be like, all right, let's go have something to eat. They if I order something that's expensive, they'll probably order something that's expensive as well. So that's what I'm saying. If I spend $50, she's probably gonna order something about around $50 to $60. Right? So that's gonna get you over that 100. Because most women not modest like that. Unless she like you like that, then that's a whole nother conversation. Because some women, because I have to add that in there too. Some women, I had my few, they'd be like, what? I got this. I'm paying for it. I like them kind of women. Now, them kind of women, basically, you could drain my pocket however you see fit. Because I know you ain't tripping. It's not about no money. But yeah, but back to what Buddy is talking about, he's not lying. You save more money. You look more healthier. You ain't stressed the fuck out. You ain't got to listen to the fucking nagging. Because I don't think women understand that nagging shit is a fucking problem. I know I can't fucking deal with it, but the young folks, them 25-year-olds, them 30-year-olds, they not dealing with it. But some people want toxic relationship. Let me see what else he gonna say. But he's telling the truth. You save more money.
You stay single and put all that shit up. Do you know how much money you save? Oh my God. Like, for the women, it's just like if you got a broke ass nigga, a broke ass baby daddy, this nigga ain't got no motion, ain't making no money, and you can't save no money or do nothing for yourself because you got this broke nigga and you got to pay for everything. It's the same with every girl we talk to because we have to do every fucking thing.
Wait. Now I'm gonna let him finish, but wait. Is he really comparing being in a relationship with a woman to a woman being in a relationship
with a deadbeat?
With a bum?
Yes.
Ladies, it was never, ever, ever supposed to give this. What happened to reciprocity? What happened to appreciation? What happened to you pouring into these men? See, that's where we messed up. And y'all get the likes up. This is where the women messed up. Y'all messed up by becoming beautiful bums. And as quiet as kept, y'all, a lot of y'all not even beautiful. Y'all just bums. But we're going to get over there. We ain't going to get into all of that. But
but that's it.
It was never supposed to be this.
But she's telling the truth. 60% of these women take that fucking makeup, that hair, them fucking eyelashes, take that shit off of them. Girl, you was a -2. A lot of them are not cute. They need all of that weave, the fucking eyelashes, the fucking 10 pounds of makeup on their face. They need all that weird shit. The shit what's the shit that, I don't know what it's called, but the thing that suck their stomach in, the BB, they need all of that. Need all of that. And then the ones that do look nice, and you be like, damn, nah, shout it straight. But she be a bum. She's a bum. Oh shit, we got content. Oh, well, yeah. Shit, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, I'm just telling the goddamn truth. Like at the end of the goddamn day. But yeah, so I ain't full of shit. So that person that message I got. I was reading something. No, I can't walk and chew gum. But shit, it's the truth. Because what Buddy is explaining, you will, because you'll have these men, right, that you get with this woman and then you trying to help her, but she's a bum. Like let me play this because that messes through me, y'all. Nah, no doubt.
And this is why a lot of the men are feeling like, yeah, I'm better off being single, being alone, because I'm able to save more money. I'm able to have more time and dedication to myself. Like, but he is really out here comparing women to bums. And as sad as it is, he's not wrong. Get the lights up.
So, bro, if you want to save hella bands and get bigger, bro, my addiction is literally the gym and putting up money now. You ain't got to worry about no other chick. And I don't smoke no more because I ain't got to worry about a bitch stressing me out.
Oh, come on.
So it's like a win-win, bro. If you want to come up in this world, stay single. Stay single. Don't even date, bro.
Fact. As an owner of Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I know.
Joe, now that's the kicker. See, that's some new shit, but it's the truth. Don't even date. Don't even fucking date. You know why he's saying that? In reality, don't date. Don't even date. Because the reality is, right, if you're not dating her, y'all not going out on dates, you're not spending extra money. You're not spending extra money. Look, I think it's great. I think it said no dating equal no diseases. Women are that part, Krista. Yeah, because these women, they not being, and you know what's so funny? Them type of women, you could they know they fucking toxic. They know there's nothing but a man's headache. Right? They is the main ones who do the most talking. Oh, I'm a good woman. They do the most lying. And they be the main ones, the fucking headache. They be a straight fucking headache. And what do I mean by that? Because, matter of fact, I'm going to ask y'all, to the women. Tell me right now, what, to you as a woman, what would it be to bring peace to a man's life? What is bringing peace to a man's life? To you as a woman. To you as a woman, what is bringing peace to a man in his life? Because this is what Bauer knows what he's talking about. That stressed out shit, you be bitching and nagging. And I don't want y'all to use that one as the answer. The bitching and the nagging. But he's not lying. Shit, your skin start looking better. Shit, God damn it, you start looking more healthier. Because every day, what man wants to fucking deal with that shit back and forth every day? All y'all do is fuss. Where you at? What you doing? Oh, could you do this? I need you to do that. Did you do this today? You don't want to hear that shit. Get your ass off my phone. Let's get to it.
And I don't even want to ask this because I just know what I'm going to see in the chat. Can y'all put a 2 in the chat? Lord have mercy. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree with what this brother just said. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see how doomy and gloomy it really is.
I know Think and Chris agree with what he's saying.
Put a 2 if you agree with him. Put a 1 if it's like, nah, I can't relate to that because my woman is a good woman. She contributes. She honors me. She loves me. I'm trying to see something, okay? And I hope I at least see 1. You know what I mean? I hope so. But he said, essentially, the root to all of the male problems stem from dealing with women. He was able to get his gains in the gym. He was able to stop smoking and stuff because he ain't got to be so stressed out. He was able to pocket all his money because guess what? He ain't got to spend all his money on her and what she want and what she need. Because like he said, as a man, they are automatically expected to foot every bill. That is your job as a man. You do this for me. You do that for me. You bend over backwards. You sacrifice. Like that is the man's quote unquote role. So a lot of the men out there are reaching the conclusion of, hey, how about I eliminate all of that and add on to what I'm trying to build? And the way to do that, and the sure, easy, quickest way to do that is to not date, not get in a relationship, not entertain women whatsoever. Now, the last piece to what he said was very mind-blowing for me. He said, don't even date. Now, when you are dating, you're really not expected to do too much outside of go to different places and, you know, talk, maybe eat, maybe drink a little something. Like, that's really dating. But in a relationship, it's where you start to see all of the, let's say, sacrifices being made, a lot of the contributions, so on and so forth. So for men to say don't even date when that is not even the bulk of where the issues lie, that's a lot. That's speaking volumes about how much we have abused the dating scene. You know, dating was supposed to be an,
because they have most women have like it ain't worth it no more, right? But I wanted to address this, right? This is why women, right, and this for the men. This is why women respect the man, right? Because somebody might disagree with what she's saying and what he's saying. But here's the thing. If you in your early 20s or early 30s, get your money up. Women respect that. Because the moment you get your money up, like what Buddy's talking about, you save, focus on yourself. Don't try to be out here dating and trying to pretend to be you got it, competing with the fucking internet, doing all that weirdo shit. Save your fucking money. Once you get that, trust me, those women, the respect comes. It never fails. Now I used to try to, and I'm thinking of a story between me and my brother, right? This is what my brother used to always troll me with, right? He used to always be like, oh man, chicks they fuck with you because you got money. He said that for years. I'm like, no, it's because I got my shit together. See, when a woman can smell the sense of a man who's already one with himself. She can smell it. A woman knows when a man doesn't need her. Financially, nothing. Right? That's what they fucking actually respect. So when that man got his shit together and he's basically like, she could tell, oh shit, yeah, let's go out. What the fuck? 100, what's $150? Like the story I'm telling y'all, like this actually fucking happened. I'm at this fucking spot, right? One time, I forget what the fuck Ashton Kutcher, he had a restaurant. And I'm thinking of this shit so crazy. It was downtown at the 12 by Atlantic Station. It's Doche, I think it was called Doche or some shit like that. But anyway, neither here nor there. So this was one of my favorite restaurants. This when Atlantic Station was popping back in the day. So I'm ordering food. Mind you, I'm there by myself. My brother asked me, where you at? I said, I'm at the spot. I'm at Doche. My brother pulls up like 15, 20 minutes later. He was like, oh, I got some bitches coming through. Right? This is my brother now, Jim White. Stupid ass. This one, Jim White had sense. But, you know, this is shit he would do. Oh, I told some bitches to come up here. I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, I'm thinking he talking about a broad for himself. Right? 4 women come to the spot. 4. Just like green I was, right? Super green, fine green. I would never do that shit again today. But anyway, so the 4 women come up there. So that's 6 people. That's me, my brother, and 4 chicks. The girl he knew, and then the fuck is up with this? And they all come through. Mind you, I'm sitting there, not thinking about nothing. Guess what happens? Mind you, I'm ordering food. He ordered food. Everybody's ordering drinks. All this is going on now, right? Y'all paying attention? So think about that. 6 people ordering food and drinks. That bill came up to about $600. Who do y'all think paid it? My brother got up, told him and the women, let's go outside. My brother, he got it. I paid the bill. I didn't think about it at that time, right? You know, this is before, like, the relationship y'all know me and Jim White got today it was different back then. You know what? Fuck it. All right, I see what he doing. Jim White fronting for the bitches. He fronting. Fuck it. Like, Jim White used to treat me like I'm his artist. He my manager or something. Or no, like he artist and I'm the manager. Oh, he got it. He'll pay for it. He would do this shit all the time. But then he didn't understand women who saw that. How do you think the women start responding to me? Now me, I didn't give a fuck about what they was talking about. But guess what? All 4 of them women looked at me a certain way, but he would say, women just want you for your money. I'm like, no, goofball. What the fuck is happening with this fucking shit? But I'm like, no, goofball, because this is what happened there's many stories of that same shit. No bullshit. He knows it to be true, but he'll never admit it. But what my brother understood, what I was trying to get him to understand was, it wasn't that women looked at it like, oh, I'm a trick or I'm this, or it wasn't that. they saw me as, damn, I need a man like that. And that's what women can see, right? Every time you go out, you ain't never asked her to pay for nothing. This is how when I first got my first experience, right? I only had like maybe, nah, shit, I can't even say that, but let me not say that. I was about to say some shit I should not be saying, especially on no damn live. But the point I'm saying is this, right? So women basically, through my experiences, I've understood women respect a man that they know can take care of himself and don't need her and can take care of her. That's what that showcase. What the entire fuck, bro? I'm doing some other shit that I don't know what. Just keep knocking my damn phone. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's pissing me off. But yeah, but that's my point, that women respect men that they know is independent and don't treat them like they need a mom and all that old weirdo shit. Those women looked at him as a bum living up. No, they didn't. No, think. I'm not even gonna say that. They didn't even know that at that time. Like that was something I kept that private, very, very private. Nobody knew. Like, because back then, yeah, I protected him at all costs. That's just the truth. I would never allow a woman or nobody to know he didn't have to do shit. That was our thing back then. I would never do that. What I do to him today, I used to didn't do that. That's why I'm so gun-ho about it now, because I'm like, you ungrateful little motherfucker. But they would see that, well, he's the one always paying. So women they're gonna gravitate towards the person that they feel like, well, wait a minute. So in their mind, they can see the difference of, okay, well, wait a minute. He's never paying for nothing. He's always the one paying. I might as well fuck with him. Shout out to Kimberly for the follow. I appreciate that. It says new follower, Kimberly 354. I appreciate that. I'm gonna follow you back as soon as the live ends. But I appreciate that follow. Yeah, so women, that's what women respect, right? So most women, they want a man that they know that man stands alone. Oh yeah, that's what the groupies that exactly thinker. Groupie women, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna look, who got the money? Who got the money? Right? But I'm so wise I can tell a groupie from a band-aid. Because there is a difference. If y'all ever watched the movie Almost Famous, Almost Famous, the movie, like you have your groupies, those are the ones that just want to have fun and sleep with anybody. But then you have band-aids. The band-aids is the one that give you the inspiration to do what the fuck you're doing. So I always was been able to connect with those band-aids. They might be around for, oh, we're going to LA, we're going to Miami, we're going to France, we're going out the country, we're going to Miami. But they was always around to inspire. I kept those kind of women around. That was always inspiring me to be great. The groupies my brother always dealt with. I will say that. But let me get back to the video. I'm getting off topic.
Avenue to entering into a relationship that was long-term and healthy and balanced, full of love. Like that was what dating was supposed to be. But men now are starting to realize that women are actually using dating as a means of getting a free meal, entertainment, using a man, stringing him along. It's really, really a disaster when it comes to dating women today, because they're not really looking to enter into anything serious. No, what man can entertain me for this evening? What man can buy me a drink? What man can give me some dinner, give me some lunch? Because after all, I'm struggling, I'm broke. And so the men are like, look, why even waste time and money doing that when it's not even going to result into anything in the end? Like it's pointless. So let me save my money that I would spend on a pointless date, that I would spend on food, drinks, gas, entertainment. Let me save all of that, because a lot of these women are not even worth that to begin with. It's not going to blossom into anything. It's not going to proceed and progress. So what is the point? And so for men to reach the conclusion of not even dating, y'all are in for a rude awakening. I really don't know what y'all are going to do. I don't. Okay. But this next clip that I'm going to share with you all,
and y'all know
I feel
what's
like
crazy?
really does highlight what a lot of the
I
women
had to keep
should be
stopping it so much, but and you know what's crazy? It's going to be some women that just don't get what the fuck she's talking about. They just not going to get it. They just not going to get it. And that girl's actually, she's 1,000% correct. She's 1,000% correct. And it's going to be some women that just not going to get it. You know why? Because those are the women that you ain't the one that really got your shit together. Because women who got their shit together and know what the fuck they bring to the table, to them, none of this matters. Because I like to be fair, because doing this shit for so long now, you always got to, I try to not be biased and state my fucking position on shit, but then also I have to always try to see other people's perspective. And the other perspective is there's some women who got their fucking shit together, got great fucking good credit, don't need a man, and she will buy you some food, buy you a drink. To her, she don't give a fuck about none of this because she can't relate. This is another, she yawning at that dude. Well, I already know how she thinking. The dude who talking, she like, there's some good women. He just ain't found them. Some women, shit, they got their shit together. And they'll change your fucking life just by having a conversation with them. They change your life. You can know it. As soon as you walk up on them, have a conversation with them, you already know she different. She ain't nothing like these maggots and flies that's out here.
Doing in relationships. That way, men are not feeling like they're able to progress further and get a lot more done and accomplished without a woman. Let's run the clip.
Searching for a reliable used coupe? Shop the area's best selection of affordable vehicles at unbeatable prices.
And another thing, allow that man to save his money. Men are expected to spend money. When he take you out on a date, he's expected to cover that bill. When he books a vacation, he's expected to cover that tab, right? That man always make sure you are good. It's always good to reciprocate that energy. Call his job. Let him know he's going to be out a couple of days. You surprise him with a trip. Book him a facial, a massage. Every now and then, it's okay to pick up the slack. There's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. Man doesn't have to spend because you cover that. Much as he show you that you're important to him, show him he's important too.
Facts.
Make sure how's his mental state? Is he good? He won't appreciate you.
Facts. And I want women to adopt that type of mentality and lifestyle and apply it without it coming equipped with being called a pick-me. This is why y'all are not being picked. This is why the men are passing y'all up and saying, yeah, I'm better without you, because y'all are not possessing this type of thought process. You're not thoughtful. You're not mindful. You're not reciprocating and appreciating. You're not taking the initiative. And it's such a crying shame that when a woman does try to pour back into her man and do for him, she's shamed for it. Get the likes up. Y'all know I'm not lying. Y'all know some real talk. If a lot more women were like her, so it's like, oh no, let me help you save some money. I got you covered.
And then I just say this. This is why I kind of like this little girl, right? She is fair and balanced like a motherfucker, and she ain't Fox News. Yes. Allow men to save their money. That's when a man knows. And it's crazy that she showcasing this young lady because that woman's telling the truth. See, that's the woman who knows how to get a man and keep a man. There's a difference. A lot of I can have any man I want, but can you keep that man? Can you keep him? And for you men, that shit there is so cold. Allow men to save their money. If you get with a chick, right, and all you do is keep seeing your funds be depleted, it's like you always spending. You might want to get away from that woman. That's what the other young lady is talking about. Allow that man to save his money. Right? And these young folks will look at it like this, right? If you have, in 2025, right, most women are working. They have jobs. So when the man, you got your shit together, that means she got income, you got income. Why the fuck y'all can't come up together and be able to have at least 100,000 saved? Y'all should, if the man works, the woman works, that's about 100,000 in 1 year. Y'all should be able to at least, no, matter of fact, I was like 10,000. Oh my God, you ain't shit you can do with 10,000 in this economy today. But the point that I'm making is, right, you should be, in 1 year, if you with the right person, you will see you saved such and such amount of money per year. Easy. So if you ain't with a woman, or even for the ladies, I gotta flip it too, you know. But the topic is about why men are saving money by staying single. But that's the point. Hold on, what the? She keep jumping.
No, I'm going to handle that. Let me surprise you. Let me pour back into you. If more women were like her, it would be a lot less complicated with dating, with relationships. Men wouldn't feel like, oh, you know, I'm going to go broke if I enter into a relationship. It should never, ever be that. As a matter of fact, if you are with a woman, she should be adding on to your plate, period. If she's just sitting there eating and drinking off of you, she got to go, because that is a bum. Okay, period. I don't care. And I get it. It's a lot of men out there who are very traditional in the way that they approach relationships, to where it's like, no, I got that handle. I got that covered. As a man, I do that. My husband is that way, right? However, I still do what I need to do as a wife to, again, add on to him. I'm never just stripping resources. I'm never just there to deplete him. No, I'm here to complete you. I'm here to make sure that.
God damn it, I need to motherfucking tweet that. Shit. Boy, she talking that talk. She said, I am not here to deplete him. I am here to complete him. I need to fucking tweet that. I need to be the motherfucking tweet. That's the tweet of the day. Because that's the truth. Why would you get with a woman and all she doing is ripping holes in your pocket? Fuck that. Get away from that broad. And what's the crazy part, and I have to address this, right? That's why I paused it. It's 2025. That traditional shit, yes, I'm a very traditional man, right? Very traditional man. But I understand we're in a modern world today. These women are working. They're making great fucking money. They're making about $5,000, $6,000 a month. So if I see a woman, right? And it's a true story. I'm just ain't gonna put no name on it. Makes about $5,000 or $6,000 a month. If I can call that motherfucker right now, hey, I need $300. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. Dead ass. See, when you have certain women like that, and, you know, of course, you know, she'll do it because motherfucker can get it from me. But the point I'm trying to teach this younger generation or these men, you're in a modern world now. You could be traditional. You could pay all the bills. You can do all of that shit. You take care of yourself. You got your own shit. But if you're going to fuck with a woman or date somebody, just like she's able to call you, hey, look, I'm $500 short on my rent or mortgage. Can you give me here, take the $500. She should be able to do that same shit for you because it's 2025. These women are getting money. But if you get with these women, or you see that this woman, every month, she's always with her hand out. Don't let that traditional shit get you fucked up and basically you're a sucker. You're a sucker. You're a jellyback. So that's all I'm saying, because this is what both of them are explaining. The other young lady and the one that's speaking. What they're saying is they do the same shit. What she just named, I'm pretty sure the husband probably paid the mortgage, but that motherfucker around there buying the food, buying goddamn, she paying probably the light bill, gas bill, she pay her own cell phone bill. It's other shit she's doing to where he don't have to worry about that shit. See how a woman can easily help a man and y'all together? Financially. But most women, they want the man to do every goddamn thing. Wait a minute, motherfucker. Wait a minute. But hey, what the fuck do I know?
You're good. I'm here to make sure that you have way more than enough. I'm here to assist you. So although my husband does not ask me to do things, I do it anyway. And I'm telling y'all, when you take that type of initiative, it does make him appreciate you a lot more, because he knows that you have his back. Even when he feels like he has it. Like, just knowing that my woman got me, it's a beautiful thing.
That's just a turn on, girl. Hey, you talking about appreciation? I'm gonna give you more than fucking appreciation. That shit is a turn on. Maybe I'm just old school. Like, what? Oh, you paying for it? What? I get hot and ready. Oh, baby, you did it. What? You did what? I get hot and ready. Appreciate the fuck out of you. Shit.
And once we start to adopt that type of, again, lifestyle, mentality, personality, so on and so forth, it's going to make more and more men be receptive and open to entertaining women again, because right now that's not happening. The men are staying single and they're loving it. They really are. He just said that the role of a man is to take care of a woman like she's a bummy child. That's how a lot of the women are viewing relationships. I be the bum and you be the rich person that gives me hand-me-downs on the street. You give me hand-me-downs and handouts, that's what you do. But me, I'm a princess. I'm a queen. I'm a mother goddess earth. I am, just the epitome of a princess living the soft luxury life. Like, that's me. And again, no cigar. It should never be that. And I understand that in relationships, there are quote unquote roles, right? But again, a lot of the women, y'all completely abuse the roles of what it was to have a man to do for you. Like, yes, a man provides. Yes, a man protects. Yes, a man leads and all of that. However, the woman is going to be a helpmeet. Y'all drop the ball when it comes to what your role is. And then y'all start to put way too much on what the man's role is. It's like, oh yeah, you provide while I just deplete you. You protect while I put you in harm's way. No, y'all are doing that backwards. Y'all are doing that completely wrong. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't clean this up, these men, they're going to be completely okay and fine with leaving y'all behind in the dust. Men should not be out here in droves talking about how they're able to flourish way more and way better without a woman. Absolutely not. And salute to the women out there who are adding on to their households, to their husbands, their men, their children. Like, salute to y'all, because the way that this world is structured today is full of a bunch of grimy, self-centered, manipulative, just gross females. It really is. So for those of you all out there who are pouring back into your husbands and pouring back into your relationships, salute to y'all. Keep up the good work, because somebody got to do it. Somebody has to let these men know that, yeah, good women out here do exist. You can have a relationship with a woman to where she is making your life more enjoyable and easier. She's not just here to strip away from you, So hopefully y'all turn this thing around with the quickness, but right now it's not looking too good, especially when you have the men out here saying what this brother said. Like, and I'm going to play it back. All right, I'm going to play it back. When you have men out here saying what this brother said, that's a sad day. It's a very sad day. And if we see a bunch of men in the comments agreeing with him, then we already know this is a bunch of doom and gloom, and y'all need to quickly and swiftly turn this around. Let's play it back.
Bro, I literally just figured out the cheat code. If you want to get bigger in the gym, if you want to save all your money, literally all you have to do is stay single, bro. Like, I know it sounds simple, but all my life, like, I always felt like I needed a chick. And then a couple months that I didn't have the chick, like the months that I didn't have a chick, bro, the amount of money I done saved, you wouldn't believe. The amount of size I put on in the gym, you would not believe.
It should not be that. It should not be this. If he's making money and you're making money, y'all should be collectively adding on to each other's foundation and pot. If your man is out here working hard, you should be right alongside him, cheering him on, lightening his load. What do you need me to assist with? It should never be this. It should never be this. And I know y'all gonna call me a pick me and all that, but it is what it is. I'm picked. I'm happy. My household is stable and secure. My husband ain't out here stressed out, talking about, oh yeah, it's better to be by myself. And y'all know damn well y'all need these men. So to hear them say this, you should be shaking in your boots.
Bro, like, it's crazy. Like, you literally cannot save in a relationship. You either paying all type of shit for them everywhere you go. Every time you go somewhere, you paying double. Every time you want to kick it, you paying for a bottle, you paying for gas, you paying for parking, you paying for a restaurant, you paying for this. Bro, when you stay single and put all that shit up, do you know how much money you save?
And let me tell y'all this, and then y'all get the lights up. Ladies, start paying for the date sometimes.
There it is. Bam.
Yes, I do. And I've been doing it for a very long time. I remember before, this is a while ago, and if I can find the post, I'll put it in. But this is new to me. This is how you have a lasting, thriving marriage and relationship, by also contributing. And like I said earlier, I have the type of husband that's like, no, I got this. No, I got that. That's my job. You just do this. You just do that.
And there it is, folks. You heard what she said? Hello? You hear me? She's not lying. Appreciate that. Shout out to Thinker for the resub. I think you should be at tier 2. I think that's what it said. I was outside. Oh yeah, appreciate that resub. Thinker for 2 months. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely appreciate everybody for the bits. Krista, Thinker for the bits as well. But yeah, see how she just brought up sometimes pay for the date. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not fucking stupid. And if you got friends telling you, girl, you stupid, woo, you need to stay fuck them friends. Because any woman that's out here telling you that you shouldn't be doing that as a woman, they full of shit. They the new scammers. A lot of these women, they scamming. That's the new scam. Women are scamming the shit out of men, and that's why, oh boy, he talking the way he talking. Nobody's going for that shit today. Well, the men ain't. Men not going for that shit. Put a 1 in the chat. Yo, y'all can hear me, right? Hold on, I'm gonna play the rest of this.
Money goes to saving or whatever. Like I have that type of husband, but he has the type of wife that I don't float like that. Let me have you from time to time. And like I said, also, I can very much so tell and see that my husband appreciates that. Even though he is that type of guy that's like, no, I got this. I know that it makes him feel a certain type of way that he has a type of woman that also wants to make him happy, make him satisfied, help him to just be able to kick back and relax.
That's the goddamn truth. Shit. Yeah. Make a nigga comfortable. Shit. They want to be happy too. Shit.
He's talking about, oh, you know, when you were in the
Cause that's another point, right? And I always say this. Number 1, you can't love nobody unless you love yourself. Number 2, you can't make nobody happy if you're not happy. Yes, you can't. It's impossible. And a lot of people don't know, right? Based on whatever trauma they've been through, they don't even know they're not fucking happy. So if you're not happy with yourself, you can't make anybody else happy. And I always tell people this. Freddie loves Freddie. I'm dead serious. I love me. The fuck? That's how I know how to show love. That's how I can show grace, forgiveness. Why? Because I love myself enough to understand what it is. But I have to learn myself. I have to love myself first as me with my bullshit and everything that comes along with me. I have to love myself first before I can give that to somebody else. Most people just don't. They don't love themselves. That's why they toxic and they think love language is this, but it's not that. But they don't know how to showcase it. Why? Because they don't love themselves. My husband, Thinker says, my husband and I have one account. We both, oh shit, now I think I don't know nothing about all that. I know damn one account. Your husband really love you, girl. He fucking trust your ass to my one account. We both put in on it. We pay out for meals on it. We don't have separate accounts because that creates a level of division. Now he does keep cash in his pocket as a man, and I do too as a woman. We both know it and agree to it. However, I can pull from his pocket whenever I need to. Fuck all that. You got you a good man. I used to think like that, Thinker. Matter of fact, put the thinkers in the goddamn chat. I used to think like that. I didn't mind that one account shit. But oh Lord, if shit gets rocky, and that's just through my experience, I had to learn the hard way. Cause yeah, like that's a certain level of trust. Let me speak about the positive first. That's a certain level of trust to be able to have one account with the person you're with. That means that man fucking trusts you, right? And I'll never forget this because Casino is one of my top 10 favorite movies, right? And the bank told Robert De Niro, that's the Robert De Niro that the red coat I always wear, right? That's the movie Casino. And when he put all his money, he put $2 million up for his wife, Ginger. Goofy ass. And Ginger was goofy as fuck. And he gave her the keys to it, to the fucking safe deposit box. The banker told Sam Rothstein in Casino, you must really trust your wife to put $2 million in this motherfucking safe deposit box, and she's the only one with the key to it. You must really fucking trust her. Oh shit, I got a phone call. Hold on. Let me answer this. Let me play this content then. My damn. Hey, woman. Hold on. Hold on, woman.
Relationship, you gotta pay double. You gotta do this. You gotta pay for that. You gotta buy that. Ladies, where's your purse? Where's your purse to help to contribute? No, baby, let me pay for the meal today. Let me buy the drinks today. You know, When we go to the movies, let me buy the snacks, whatever, something. And I'm not saying it's something that you should do all of the time, but from time to time, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. And I know for a fact there's a bunch of men in the comments right now who would appreciate that. No matter how old school they are, to where it's like, nah, a woman should never have to touch this, and a woman should never pay for that. I know. Trust me, I'm in that type of relationship and that type of marriage to where my husband like, no, I got it. But I'll be like, boy, please. And again, you can still see and tell that he appreciates it, even though he's that old school type of guy. You know, like, I got this. But you should be doing that. That way, these men are not feeling like they are constantly being the ones to overspend and overindulge and overdo things. Like, no, let your woman handle that for you. And fellas, y'all can let me know if y'all disagree with that or you agree with that. But that's just the way that I'm wired and the way that I'm set up. I love to show appreciation. I love to reciprocate. I love to deal in balance and duality. And even though my husband takes care of this and takes care of that, and he does not want me doing this and doing that, I still do it anyway because I can tell that he enjoys it and he appreciates it. But y'all let me know, okay? But fellas, also chime in the comments. Tell me if you agree with him. Do you feel like it's better for you all to stay single? Are you saving more money that way? Are you more at peace that way? Let me know. I hope not. I know y'all are going to agree with him though, because I'm seeing way too many men that say the same thing. And as a matter of fact, I saw some comments, so let's read a few of those comments too. Okay, and y'all like the video, share the video and subscribe. Okay. One person says, facts. Having a girl is like having a kid. Another guy says, relationships are a distraction. I agree. Goodness. Another guy says, relationships seems like a scam. Another person says, I am a more disciplined man when I'm single, financially, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's a shame. Now, I did come across a few comments of men saying, you know, no, my girl has helped me out a lot. I can't say this, not gonna lie. So it's refreshing to see that some men cannot relate to that, and they are dealing with women who, again, show reciprocity and appreciation and help them out. But I can already tell that a lot of the men are going to echo these same sentiments of this brother on the screen, and that breaks my heart. But y'all like the video, share the video and subscribe. Let me know y'all thoughts, opinions, and feedback about this in the comment section down below. I look forward to
Yeah, can y'all hear me? Hold on. Lord have mercy. Shit, I'll let the video play too goddamn long. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all can hear me, right? Mic check 1 2 1 2. That was my damn mom. I had to answer the damn phone. Shit. Talk to her about some other shit. Okay, yeah, so y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, to be on that damn phone, talk to her. I say Jim might be talking all that shit. She just threw me out too. All right, cool. Mike is good. Chris will say. Let me see what else going on. What else going on in the goddamn news today? Because you know I like to touch on the relationship conversations here and there. Let me see. Okay. Oh shit, found it. Here we go. Here we go. Full interview. Good shit. Now we got to Trump. Now we got some content. We got the full fucking interview now. Hello. Goddamn ABC News special. Goddamn the motherfucking Mr. Orange Man. Mr. Orange Man is in the building. Everybody grab your motherfucking popcorn. Mr. Orange Man, he's in the goddamn building. Do everybody in this motherfucker like Trump? Who else MAGA in here besides me? I know I'm gonna piss off some of them goddamn Democrats. But I finally found the video. We've been to listen to this, so Everybody grab your popcorn. It's the full 40-minute video of Donald Trump, his first 100 days in his interview with, goddammit, ABC News. Make America great again. What goddamn all world at? Shout out all world, no, we MAGA. MAGA around here. We'll make this country great again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it play, but we just gonna get in the chat and we'll discuss it. If I feel the need to stop it, I'll stop it. But we finna listen to this whole fucking Trump interview. I heard it was good. I was doing so much shit yesterday, I couldn't listen to the whole thing all the way through, but Trump was packing their ass up. Trump packed up that motherfucker. Mr. Orange Man is my Mr. Orange Man. Fuck all that. Made the whole map red. I could not like Trump, but I like Trump. I like Trump. Fuck them Democrats. Democrats don't know shit. Make America great again mindset. Yes, yes, because American first. America first. We're all still fucking Americans. No matter what nationality you is. If you was born in this goddamn country, you're fucking American. You're an American. So, goddamn it, let's get to this fucking interview with Mr. Orange Man. Look at Mr. Orange Man. Damn it, we're gonna make America great again around this bitch. See what he talking about.
Elected. Right. What went through your mind? Triumphant when you walk back? Yeah, there's a feeling of triumph.
President Donald J. Trump on his 100th day in office, from the #1 issue, the economy.
People are worried. Even some people who voted.
Issues on the economy.
I didn't sign up.
Sit back. I'm gonna let it play through.
How do you answer
Type
those
whatever
concerns?
you're thinking in the goddamn chat. Let's go.
For it, actually.
To immigration.
It is an undeniable fact that illegal crossings at the southern border have plummeted, a staggering decline. But there are questions about your methods.
To Elon Musk.
Did Doge go too far, too fast, too reckless?
And the concerns from many Americans about the impact of tariffs.
Everything's going to be just fine.
President Trump, the first 100 days, the interview in the Oval Office with ABC News anchor and senior national correspondent, Terry Moran.
Earlier today, I sat down with President Trump in the Oval Office for an exclusive interview on his 100th day of his second term. It was a great opportunity to ask him some wide-ranging questions about the issues that most concern so many Americans. We talked about the economy and his tariffs. We talked about immigration and those deportations. And you can see here the White House has put up some posters that they say show some of the violent criminals that have so far been deported. We talked about a lot more as well. The president's answers were provocative, at times combative, and always he was strong in his convictions about his policies. But before we get to the interview, we begin tonight with a look inside the Oval Office that Donald Trump has transformed. Hello, everybody. How are you? This is the Oval Office. This is the Resolute desk, which is really something very spectacular. There's nothing quite like it. And they give you a choice of about 7 different desks, but this is the one I chose. Ronald Reagan had it. FDR had it. A few people had it, but I found it to be the most beautiful. It is amazing. This is an amazing space, and amazing maybe architecturally wonderful, but amazing for what it represents. It represents the U.S., and if properly used, a lot of good things can happen. I see Ronald Reagan over there. Yeah, Ronald Reagan. Right to your left. Being in the Oval Office is very important. See Ronald Reagan here, and put him a little bit larger, sort of seemed to fit very nicely. You have Democrats a little bit. You have Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt. So you look at that picture and people say, well, what's he doing up there? But look, he was a serious president, whether we like it or not. He was a 4-termer and went through a war. You have Lincoln, you have Washington, but you look over here, that's Monroe, the Monroe Doctrine. Why is he up there? I think the Monroe Doctrine was pretty important. That was his to fame. You have the original of Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, and of course you have the Declaration of Independence. What does it mean to you? Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect, and it means a lot. And it's something very special to our country. Lincoln's portrait up there. I'm not familiar with that one.
But I think when I'm looking at a famous line in the second inaugural, with malice toward none, with
Right,
charity toward
right.
all.
Well, he was a great president. He went through a lot.
And the Oval Office is always changing between presidents, and
It
that
changes,
says
yeah,
something.
it does.
What does this say about how you feel about the country and the office?
Well, I think it says I love the country. I mean, I'm putting pictures of presidents up that have never been up, pictures that weren't largely used. And in many cases, you know, great men, in this case, men, but great men of great achievement.
And your every detail, it seems.
Yeah.
This is your office.
I'm a very detailed person. I'm a very clean person. I like cleanliness. I like to see the space be treated properly. I've added a lot to the space in terms of beautification, in terms of modernization. That's
a gallery of presidents.
It really is. It really is. So, and it's an honor to have you people with us.
Mr. President, thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much.
Here in the Oval Office, it's special. 100 days into your second term. So what's the one thing, just one thing, that you think is the most significant thing you've done so far in these 100 days?
Well, I think maybe the border is the most significant because our country was really going bad. They were allowing people to come in from prisons, as you know, and you've heard me say it, but you've heard a lot of people say it. Prisons, mental institutions, gang members, murderers. We had many murders, 11,888, they think. Some murdered more than one person. So you had murderers coming in, you had everybody coming in, and not just South America, from all over the world. They were emptying their prisons into our country. And now it's totally closed down. And you've seen just yesterday, they announced 99.9%. Nobody thought that could happen. And it happened quickly, very quickly. And I think that's very significant. But we're doing other things that are very significant. The results will take a little bit longer because it's one of those, you know, it's complicated. It's many years of trading abuse. We've been abused by other countries for years and years. They laughed at us. They thought we were stupid people, and we're fixing it. And I think that's going to be very, very important. But I
have a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, I would really say that the border is so important. You know, just
And
can't
we'll get there.
let that
Immigration,
happen.
huge, and we're going to get there. But I want to start with the economy, the number one issue for so many people, for just about everybody. It's one of the main reasons that you're back in this office. And now we have this trade war with China that Moody's and other analysts say is going to cost American families thousands of more dollars per year. And there is a lot of concern out there. People are worried, even some people who voted for you saying, I didn't sign up for this. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, they did sign up for it, actually, and this is what I campaigned on. I said that we've been abused by other countries at levels that nobody's ever seen before. We were losing $3 to $5 billion a day on trade. We were losing $1.5 trillion to $2 trillion a year, not sustainable. They were taking advantage of us like they've never. I could have left it that way, and at some point there would have been an implosion like nobody's ever seen. But I said, no, we have to fix it. I've wanted to do this for many years. You know, I had the best economy during my first term. We had a tremendous economy, tremendous success, and we did tremendous numbers of tariffs on. We took in a lot of money from tariffs, China in particular, hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. We had no inflation, as you know. We had an incredible economy. We're given credit for a great economy. But I said, we have to fix this. Otherwise, it's just not self-sustaining.
Well, one of the things you ran on was you'd said you'd bring prices down on day one, and that it would happen fast, and that it would happen fast.
I have.
Most economists will tell you that tariffs will raise prices. So don't your tariffs cut against that promise you made to bring prices down?
No, because I had massive tariffs on China, if you remember, in my first term, and we had essentially no inflation, like around 1% inflation, which is like a perfect number. And then when Biden took over, it went through the roof. It went to probably the worst inflation we've ever had. I mean, we had an inflation nightmare. Now, if you look at what's happening now, we're only there for 100 days, as you say, and in 100 days, we took over. We had bad inflation for 4 years, for 2 years of, especially 2 years of his his administration. I would say record-setting like we've never seen. They say 48 years, the worst in 48 years. I say it was much worse than that. Right. So now if you look at what's happened, energy is down. Gasoline hit $1.98 in a few states during the last couple of days. It was $3.50 and $4 and $4.50. But gasoline is way down. When I took over, you remember the big thing with eggs. They hit me the first week, eggs, like it was my fault. I said, I didn't cause this problem. This problem was caused by Biden. What's the problem with eggs? And they said, they've doubled. And well, eggs are down 87% since I got involved.
A lot of that is
and
bird
by the way,
flu,
and there were
right?
plenty of eggs for Easter, which we just went through. There were plenty of eggs for Easter. They were saying you won't have enough eggs for Easter. My secretary did a fantastic job on eggs. Groceries are down. Everything's down.
Okay.
Interest rates are the same. Interest rates should be down, but we have a Federal Reserve that wants to be stubborn. They want to be
All
cute.
right, we'll get to that. You said something a couple of weeks ago that struck me. You said concerning the tariffs, which economists say are going to raise prices. You said, quote, hang tough. Yeah. It won't be easy. You said that to the American people. Is that what Americans should expect, some hard times?
I've said that during my campaign. Look, we won a campaign by a lot. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by a lot. You know, we had a tremendous campaign. I said all of these things during my campaign. I said, you're going to have a transition period. We've been ripped off by every country all over the world. They're laughing at us. They thought we were stupid people, and we were. And I said, that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen.
Hard times are ahead?
I don't think so. I think great times are ahead. Look, since I came in, gasoline is down, groceries are down, egg prices are down, many things are down, just about everything. You know, you don't have the drop in fuel and energy and oil like we did. I took it from maybe $3.20, maybe more than that, down into a much lower number. When you have that kind of a drop, you're not going to have inflation.
Not now, but it's the tariffs, right? We still have 145% tariffs on China. Your Treasury Secretary said we basically have an embargo on China.
Look, you're trying to say something's going to happen, Terry.
No. Okay, well,
nothing's going to happen.
You know business.
Terry,
I want to ask you.
I do know business.
Yes,
and
so 145% tariffs on China.
Yeah.
And that is
That's good.
basically
That's
an
good.
embargo.
They deserve it.
It'll raise prices on
They
everything
deserve
from
it.
electronics to clothing to building houses.
You don't know that. You don't know whether or not China's going to eat it.
That's mathematics.
China probably will eat those tariffs, but at 145, they basically can't do much business with the United States. And they were making from us $1 trillion a year. They were ripping us off like nobody's ever ripped us off. And by the way, we have other countries that were just as bad. If you look at the European Union, it was terrible what they've done to us. Every country, almost every country in the world was ripping us off. They're not doing that anymore.
I want you to think about the boom that this country has had in small businesses, mom and pop Etsy stores, small businesses that
Really?
became
They
big
haven't had a
businesses.
boom because of inflation.
Well,
the boom
what they've done
was inflationary boom. The people were wiped out with inflation. I mean, you read the news, you do the business
now
stuff,
they
I assume.
face, now a lot of them built those businesses on the trading model.
Yeah, and they're going to make more money
They
now.
sourced their products overseas, and now they're looking at an extinction
I've
event.
been here.
It's disaster for them.
I've been here for 3 months. I've taken a trade deficit down to a number that's very, very starting to get really good. I just got here. We had a country that it was not sustainable. What Biden did to this country between the open borders where criminals poured into our country, between every country in the world ripping us off on trade, it was not sustainable.
So your message to those small businesses who are saying, we can't live a month, 2 months with these tariffs. Apple got a big deal. Is there something for them?
No, not only Apple. We've got $7 to $8 trillion being invested in our country in 2 months. Biden didn't have that over a year. I mean, if you look at Biden, nobody was really investing in this country. Everybody was ripping off our country. Apple's putting up $500 billion, but that's only one of many companies. Companies are flooding into our country right now.
So your answer to the concern about the tariffs is everything's going to be hunky-dory.
Everything's going to be just fine. It wouldn't have been if I didn't do this. I had a choice. I could leave it, have a nice, easy time, but I think ultimately you would have had an implosion. Our country had inflation that was worse than they've ever had it before. You don't mention that. Why don't you mention that? We had the worst inflation probably in the history of our country. People say 48 years, probably in the history of our country, we had the worst inflation. And people were dying over the inflation. You know that. Now the grocery prices are coming down, the energy prices are coming down, gasoline's coming down. It's all heading in the right direction.
Okay, let's move on to immigration.
Coming up.
It is an undeniable fact that illegal crossings at the southern border have plummeted, a staggering decline. But there are questions about your methods.
Trump ain't playing with them, man. Man, stop playing with Trump.
President Trump, the first 100 days continues.
Is Trump playing with them? Trump ain't playing with them, man. Hello? Trump is not bullshitting with them. Hold on. And I'm glad they didn't broke it down, right? Because I was waiting to watch this whole thing all the way through. Because if you think about, like I said yesterday when we did reacted to the BBC news about his 100-day as president in his second term, but I knew this interview would be good, right? And he ain't even got started yet. I heard Trump, goddamn, was packing their ass up, or whoever this guy is, he was packing him the fuck up. But what Trump has been able to do, he's done everything, right, that he said he was going to do. You can't be mad at him because he already warned y'all or warned America what the fuck he was going to do. So the people that voted for Trump, they're going to support him even more. Why? Because everything he said he was fucking going to do, he's doing. And already 80% of it is, well, that's a high percentage. I'll say 60%, high 60%, Trump is doing exactly what the fuck he said he was going to do if he got elected. And no person is mad with him about that. No person. And I seen an article yesterday, Chris, I don't know if you've seen that or think of you guys seen that, but they said his tariffs already then brought in like 15 billion within a month. The tariffs, 15 billion. It's brought 15 billion to the United States just off his tariff shit. It means he's bringing money back to fucking America. So he's doing his fucking job, and I ain't mad at him. But doing what the fuck he said he was gonna do, try to get this country back on track. But I'll finish it like I said. I'm gonna just let this ride. I ain't gonna try to cut it off every 3 to 4 minutes. I just want to hear what he has to say in this interview. But this is Donald Trump full interview with ABC about his first 100 days as president.
Fact that illegal crossings at the southern border have plummeted, a staggering decline. But there are questions about your methods. And so I want to ask
About my message?
methods, about your methods, how you're accomplishing
They seem to
this.
work.
Do you acknowledge that under our law, every single person who gets deported gets a hearing first to make their case?
Well, are we talking about people that are citizens of our country or not?
No, you're not deporting citizens at this point.
Well, let me ask you, did they get hearings when?
And oh shit, I have to stop it there. I'm glad he just brought that up. And shout out to the Velt News, because I think that's a question that was asked on the Velt News on X, right? Should people, I forget the question, but what Trump is talking about, or he's gonna respond to, is people being deported. He told y'all he was gonna fix those fucking borders and the deportation of these illegal immigrants. He didn't say immigrants, illegal. You have no business in this fucking country. Democrats, stop it. He's talking about illegal immigrants. Deport them. I'm with Donald Trump on that. Deport them. I don't give a fuck. Get them the fuck out this country. Why are you here? Why the fuck are you here? Because that Democrats, they be crying about all this. Oh, my mother and my father, they got them. Well, they're not fucking U.S. citizens. Why are they here benefiting or fucking the Americans paying tax dollars? And I forgot the question that was posed on the Velt News on X, but yeah, should it be a trial first? And I think that's what Trump is about to speak on. No. Freddie's opinion is this. Let's be very clear. Don't give a fuck who don't like it. No. Trial for what? You're illegal. You shouldn't be here. You don't belong in this country. Deport them. If you fucking a legal immigrant, you have no business in the United States of America, deport. Trial for what? What you need a trial for? The fuck? Get them out the fucking country. Period. Not stand on that.
When Biden allowed 21 million, because I think the number is 20 million people to flow into our country. You had 21 million people.
Look, Biden, 21 million. Let's make this clear. Obama has deported more people than Donald Trump. Go do your research. So what Trump has been able, the amount of people Trump has deported, Obama has deported more people than Donald Trump. That is very clear. So don't act like Trump is doing something Obama didn't do. But Donald Trump is getting rid of the illegal immigrants.
People that came into our country through a stupid open border, and they were prisoners, and they were people that you don't want in many cases in our country, right? They came from all over the world. They came from the Congo. They came from South. They came from all over the world. We're talking about some of the roughest countries in the world. They had here, including terrorists, by the way. Now,
but
did we give them a hearing when they came in?
Well, the law requires that every single person who is going to be deported gets a hearing first.
Well,
do you acknowledge that?
I'll have to ask the lawyers about that. All I can say is this. If you're going to have 21 million people, and we have to get a lot of them out because they're criminals, we're going to have to act fast. We can't. Do you think we can give 21 million trials? Let's say each trial takes 2 weeks. Is that what you want us to do?
The law
Give
is the
21
law,
million?
sir. The law is the law,
No,
and
no,
you're
the law
sworn
doesn't
to
say anything
uphold it.
about trials.
No, not trials, hearings. I said
These
hearings.
people came in, they're not citizens. They came in illegally. They came into our country illegally.
And
We
there's-
have to get them out.
There's a legal process for that.
I can't, sure, and we follow the legal process. I can't have a trial, a major
I'm
trial
not
for
saying
every
major.
person that came in illegally. We have thousands of murderers that came in. They're going to murder people. They already have murdered people in our country.
Right, so
We have to get them out,
they're
and we have to
bad
get them
guys,
out fast.
really bad guys. But in our country, even bad guys get due process, right?
If people come into our country illegally, there's a different standard. These are illegal. They came in illegally.
But they get due process.
Well, they get a process where we have to get them out. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the Venezuelans.
They get whatever my lawyers say.
Right. All right, let's talk about the Venezuelans. You deported more than 200 Venezuelans to that prison in El Salvador. You say they're violent, they're gang members, they're terrorists. Many of them don't have a criminal record at all.
Well,
but I want to.
I'm not so sure about that. If you take a look,
I want to
When
read you something.
Excuse me. When you look at those people, they were violent people. They were violent people.
But many of them don't have a criminal record
Go
at this
ahead.
point.
I don't-
So
I don't-
I want
that's
to
what
read you
you
something.
say.
Well, it's based
Go ahead.
on their lawyer, what their lawyers
Go
have
ahead.
said. Okay.
Go ahead.
Joe Rogan said this. Joe Rogan, one of the leading podcasters, Trump supporter, about the deportation of Venezuelans. He said, quote, rounding up gang members and shipping them to El Salvador with no due process, he said it was dangerous, and added, quote, we got to be careful that we don't become monsters while we're fighting monsters. Is Joe Rogan right?
Oh, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, we want to be careful, and we are careful. We're doing something that has to be done. We have a country that's very sick. Joe Biden, and it's not him because I don't even think he knew what the hell was happening, but the people around him are vicious people. And what they've done to the country is unbelievable. They've allowed 21 million people to pour into our country. Many of these people are criminals. They've allowed you mentioned Venezuela, the jails of Venezuela to be emptied into the United States. Do you know Venezuela crime is way down? Way down. You know why? Because their criminals are now living happily in the United States of America, and we're getting them out. And I was elected to get them out, and we're getting them out.
Under the law. It
And
sounds
we're
like-
getting them out fast, and we're getting them out legally. Now, in some cases, we have judges. In some cases, they're radical left judges. What happened the other day where a judge was protecting a criminal was horrible. and I think she's got big problems,
Probably.
frankly.
I wanna
And
talk
there are a
about-
couple of them like that.
I want to talk about one
Wait
man.
a minute.
Yep.
We have to be treated fairly by judges, and we're not being treated fairly by all judges.
Oh, that's a subject. So you're saying that you don't like some of the rulings, some of the
Well,
court orders?
I think the rulings will be overturned, yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you about one man and one court order. Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He's the Salvadoran man who crossed into this country illegally, but who is under a protective order that he not be sent back to El Salvador. Your government sent him back to El Salvador and acknowledged in court that was a mistake. And now the Supreme Court has upheld an order that you must return him to facilitate his return to the United States. What are you doing to comply?
Well, the lawyer that said it was a mistake was here a long time, was not appointed by us, should not have said that, And just so
Said it
you
in court.
understand,
Said
the
it in
person
court.
that you're talking about, you're making this person sound, this is a MS-13 gang member, a tough cookie, been in lots of skirmishes, beat the hell out of his wife, and the wife was petrified to even talk about him, okay? This is not an innocent, wonderful gentleman from
I'm
Maryland.
not saying he's a good guy. It's about the rule of law. The order from the Supreme Court
He
stands,
came
sir.
into our country illegally.
You could get him back. There's a phone on this desk.
I could.
You could pick it up, and
I
with
could.
all the power of the presidency, you could call up the president of El Salvador and say, send him back right now.
And if he were the gentleman that you say he is, I would do that.
But the court
But
has
he's
ordered
not.
you to facilitate that.
I'm not the one making this decision. We have lawyers that don't
president.
want to do this.
But the buck stops in this
No,
office.
no. I follow the law. You want me to follow the law? If I were the president that just wanted to do anything, I'd probably keep him right where he
Supreme
is.
Court says what the law is.
Listen, I was elected to take care of a problem. It was a unforced error that was made by a very incompetent man, a man that turned out to be incompetent, that you always said was wonderful, a great genius, right? And now you find out, all of the media now, they're saying what a mistake they made. A man who was grossly incompetent allowed us to have open borders where millions of people flowed in. I campaigned on that issue. I wouldn't say it was my number one issue, but it was pretty close.
Right up there.
I campaigned on that issue. I've done an amazing job. I have closed borders. He said you couldn't do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. It would never happen. Well, it happened, and it happened very quickly. Wait a minute. When we have criminals, murderers, criminals in this country, we have to get them out, and we're doing it.
By law.
And you'll pick out one man, but even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and
All right.
on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Well,
over that.
wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his
he
knuckles
did say-
tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not
Don't
have the
do that.
letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That
just.
was Photoshop, Terry. You
He
can't
had-
do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to
Terry,
move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture.
And you think
agree
it's
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He
Fair
had
enough.
MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine.
No,
sir.
Terry,
I want to get to
Terry,
Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why
All right.
people no longer believe the news, because
When
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They
Take
weren't
a look
there,
at the
but they're
photograph.
there now, right?
No,
But they're there
they're in
now.
your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
he's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look.
It's you do
We'll take a
such a
look.
disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something
All right,
else?
It's contested. Ukraine.
Coming up, the Russia-Ukraine war
Don't
You
forget,
think he wants
this
peace?
is a
You think Vladimir Putin wants peace?
and that historic meeting. President Trump, the first 100 days continues.
I want to turn, I was just in Rome, and to that moving photograph of you and President Zelensky sitting in St. Peter's
Yeah.
Basilica talking peace. It went around the world.
Sure.
Take us into that moment.
Yeah, but before Trump even go into that, right? Trump cooking. Would y'all agree? Trump cooking like a motherfucker right now. Trump cooking. He cooking like a motherfucker. Shoot. Trump told that motherfucker, Frankly, I never heard of you. Basically, you're a nobody, right, thinker? Basically, dude, you're a nobody. I was willing to give you the interview, but you're a nobody. Trump, talk your shit, Trump. Trump told that motherfucker, you a nobody. I love it. I love it. Trump said, you are the nobody. That's a crazy. Hold on, let me check in with y'all real quick. I don't know how many people want to actually or paying attention to this, right? But this is good for the country. We need to know where the fuck the country is going. And shout out to everybody on Twitch right now. I'm live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Freddie Roosevelt. Yeah. Trump, talk your shit, Trump. He ain't said nothing wrong. Like he said, he was elected to do a job. And he need to do his fucking job. Allow him to do his fucking job. Shut up, Democrats. He doing a way better job. The fucking Democrats, they need to get that shit together because oh shit, I got a phone call. Let Trump do his fucking job. All right, let's get back to it. Damn, that phone loud as a motherfucker.
Well,
let's get to
look,
it.
the Ukraine is a very serious, very tough situation. And this is Biden's war. This is not my war, but I want to see if I can solve it because probably close to 5,000 young soldiers a week are being killed, Russian and Ukrainian. We also spend a tremendous amount of money in Ukraine, and Europe should be spending much more than us. They're not. They're spending much less. It's been badly handled by the Biden administration. It's been badly handled all the way around,
That moment.
The moment was a moment of solace in a sense because tremendous numbers of people are dying. A lot of his people are dying. They're being killed. And I feel very badly about it. That's a war that would have never happened if I were president. And it didn't happen for 4 years. It was never even a thought of it happening.
It does feel like something's happening after that meeting with Zelensky in St. Peter's. You posted this on social media. There was no reason for Putin to be shooting missiles into civilian areas and cities and towns over the last few days. It makes me think that maybe...
Well, that was part of my post, but you're right. That was a part of a post.
And it says, it makes me think that maybe he doesn't want to stop the war. He's just tapping me along.
Yeah, that's possible. Sure. He could be tapping me along a little bit. I would say that he would like to stop the war. I think that if it weren't for me, I think he'd want to take over the whole country personally. I always felt. So when I left, there wasn't even a chance that this would happen. When Biden got involved, I won't say whether or not he handled it properly, but obviously it wasn't good because the war started. Putin went in, the war started. I believe that Putin wanted to get all of Ukraine once he went in. And I think part of the reason he went in, he saw what happened in Afghanistan, how incompetently Milley and all these guys handled that. It was one of the greatest embarrassments of our lifetimes, but maybe in the history of our country. Okay. So Putin went in. I think Putin wanted all of Ukraine. Right. I think if I didn't win the election, he would have gotten all of Ukraine. I think he would have taken all of Ukraine. I think his first choice, never with me, he would have never gone in. With this group of losers, he went in, he saw what happened in Afghanistan. He said, wow, this is my chance. Because it was always the apple of his eye. I talked to him. Ukraine was the apple of his eye. I think he wanted the whole country.
You've said for months.
Because of me, I do believe that he's willing to stop the fighting. Don't forget.
You think he wants peace? You think Vladimir Putin wants peace?
I think he does, yes. I think he does. I think
even with the raining missiles
I think he really, his dream was to take over the whole country. I think because of me, he's not going to do that.
Do you trust him?
Do you trust him? I don't trust you. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust you. Look at you. You come in all shooting for bear. You're so happy to do the interview.
I am
And
happy.
then you start hitting me with fake questions. You start telling me that a guy whose hand is covered with a tattoo doesn't have the tattoo. You know, I mean, you're being dishonest.
No, I'm not.
I am not. Do I trust? I don't trust a lot of people, but I do think this. I think that let's say he respects me. And I believe because of me, he's not going to take over the whole. But his decision, his choice would be to take over all of Ukraine. Okay. It's a war that never should have happened. It did happen because of incompetent people.
Last question on this.
But it never should have happened.
If there's no peace deal, will the U.S. cut off military aid to you?
I don't want to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I would or not. I want to leave that as a big fat secret because I don't want to ruin a negotiation. But
I'd be worried.
I will
if I
tell
were
you, I
Ukrainian.
was not happy when I saw Putin shooting missiles into a few towns and cities. And that was not something that I like seeing. And I thought it was inappropriate. But I think the whole war is inappropriate.
Okay.
Again, it's a war that shouldn't have happened. This is a war that if the election weren't rigged, and it was totally rigged, the 2020 election, if it weren't rigged, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have had the embarrassment of Afghanistan. You wouldn't have October 7th with Israel. You wouldn't have had any of the problems that you have right now.
I want to ask one
and
question.
you wouldn't have had inflation either.
All right. I want to ask one question about Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. There's a lot of turmoil at the Pentagon right now. There's the signal chat with his wife on it where he's discussing that attack in Yemen. There's another signal chat discussing the attack on Yemen. There's a reporter accidentally involved. The other day that you had a talk, Secretary, did you take him to the woodshed?
I had a talk with him, and whatever I said, I probably wouldn't be inclined to tell you, but we had a good talk. He's a talented guy. He's young, he's smart, highly educated, and I think he's going to be a very good hopefully a great defense secretary, but he'll be a very good defense secretary.
You have 100% confidence in
I don't have 100% confidence in anything. Okay, anything. Do I have 100%? It's a stupid question. Look,
it's a pretty important position.
No. You don't have 100%. Only a liar would say I have 100% confidence. I don't have 100% confidence that we're going to finish this interview.
We will.
Let's go.
Coming up, President Trump on Elon Musk and Doge.
Did Doge go too far, too fast, too recklessly?
I went from $4,700 to $58,000, and Case Connect is the reason. Hey guys, my name is Chad. Last September, my entire life changed in an instant. I was hit by a distracted driver who ran a red light and team-booted my car at an intersection. The accident was not my fault, but I was the one that was left suffering. My car was completely totaled. I had severe whiplash, I had a concussion, back injuries that required ongoing physical therapy. The medical bills piled up. Started piling up immediately, thousands of dollars I did not have. And to make matters worse, I couldn't work. I'm a carpenter, and standing up all day with my injuries, it's impossible. And with each passing week, I fell further into debt. My mortgage, my car payments, my utilities, I could not pay them. I was drowning and still trying to recover physically. The insurance company offered me $4,700, which wasn't even enough to cover my existing medical bills, let alone any future treatments I was going to need or the income I was losing every day. And they kept pressuring me to accept their final offer, even as my life was falling apart. And I was at the breaking point. I saw an ad for Case Connect online, which promised to tell me what my case was really worth for free. Like, okay, I had nothing to lose. The process was ridiculously easy, guys. It was so simple. I answered a few basic questions about the accident. In a few minutes, Case Connect's system qualified my case and showed me I could be entitled to more than 10 times what the insurance company offered. 10 times. The next day, a Case Connect specialist called me. She was so patient. She walked me through everything. She explained my rights. She connected me with an experienced attorney who took my case immediately, all without charging me any penalty or any fee up front. 3 months later, I received a settlement for $58,000 that covered all my medical expenses, compensated me for lost wages, gave me breathing room to recover fully without the crushing financial stress. Case Connect changed everything for me, guys, when I needed it the most. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, don't accept the company's first offer. Don't do it. You deserve the full compensation.
President Trump, the first 100 days continues.
Elon Musk and Doge. Everyone knows that there's wasteful government spending. It's really important. But the cuts have had some serious consequences. There have been cuts to foreign aid programs that save lives and keep people alive overseas. There's been research at the National Institutes of Health on cancer, on Alzheimer's, that has had to be stopped. And the question I think people have is, did Doge go too far, too fast, too reckless?
No, I think Doge has been saved $150 billion. We saved, that's a lot of money. There's also a lot of things right now under investigation, which is going to increase that amount by a lot. That's a tremendous amount of money. There are some things where, when I heard about them, I put them back, as you know. There are things that I'm considering right now putting back, but overall, we've saved hundreds of billions of dollars.
Well, the original promise was $2 trillion, went to $1 trillion, now it's $150 billion and heading
You don't know
south.
what it's going to be because we have things that are at a very high level that are being looked at right now. We also found tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse, as you know. We found a lot of fraud. There was a lot of fraud. Fraudulent things were taking place, and we ended that, and those people are going to be suffering because of it.
A legal note fraud is a crime. There have been no referrals to the Justice Department on any.
Well, you don't know that, do you? How do you know that?
Have there been
How do you
referrals
know
to the,
that?
are there
Why?
criminal
How
referrals?
would you know that there were no referrals? I think there were referrals.
They generally, all right, there's
Okay.
been no investigation from the
How do
Justice
you know
Department.
that?
I'm asking you, sir.
No, you're not asking me. You made a statement. You're not
Now I'm
me.
asking you.
That was a statement that you made. There have
Now I'm
been.
asking you.
Have there been? Yes, there have.
So there have been referrals for fraud from the
Of
work
course
of
there have been. Take a look at some of these
All right,
things that
all
took
right,
place.
all right.
Billions of dollars were given to people for no reason whatsoever. Of course there have
I
been.
want to bring up what is truly one of, to a lot of people, one of the biggest achievements of your first term. That is Operation Warp Speed. You got that COVID vaccine up and
That's right.
going and distributed, and a lot of people took it, and a lot of people that feel their lives have been saved by it. Now we have this measles outbreak, biggest in a decade in Texas, and it's because people aren't getting their children vaccinated. Do you recommend to parents that they get their children vaccinated for measles?
Well, I recommend the governors to make the decisions. You have a very talented governor of Texas, and he's making decisions, and those decisions are going to be made rapidly. This is a very much different thing than COVID in terms of rapidity and speed and other things. Measles have been with us a long time, and I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying that the governors are making the decision. It's a federalist decision.
The president is our leader in so many ways, and your voice counts so much. And you can't tell moms and dads, it's a good thing to get a measles
vaccine. Do I recommend it?
Yes.
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
recommend it, yeah.
Got it. That
Do
was
I
my
mandate
question.
it? No.
No, I didn't.
But I
ask
do
you.
recommend it, yes.
Good. Do you think you're?
And I have recommended it.
Do you think the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has a history of, at the very least, vaccine skepticism, do you think Kennedy recommends the measles vaccine?
He did. He recommended it.
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
He did. He
You
recommended
satisfied
it.
with his
Yeah, I mean, he
response on this?
recommended that they go out and get the vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still ahead.
I'm asking
Trump not playing.
the justification for going after people you don't like.
And they need to stop saying that.
President Trump, the first 100.
They always say Trump go after people he don't like. That's not the case. Trump is trying to get the job done. You can't say Trump is going after people he don't like when in reality, no. Trump just basically he knows who's trying to fuck up his administration and trying to stop him getting achieved what he's trying to get achieved. That's all it is. What X? Hold on. X is trying to crack down on self-harm communities. Yeah, that's what y'all Negroes get. Because people over there playing games. They need to stop that shit on X. That's a whole nother conversation. But people is over there playing games on fucking X. Yeah, he doing his job, thinker. And that's the point. He's doing his fucking job. And people don't get that. Like, let Trump work. Let him do his goddamn job. It's only 7 more minutes. But I want to play this out. But we live streaming right now. Shout out to everybody for the gifted subs, everybody for the gifts and the bits. But we're watching this full interview of President Trump, the first 100 days, his interview with ABC. So we going from there. And then next coming up, I'm gonna go to the Velt News on X, and we're gonna see what's going on with the Velt News. And shout out to the people that's running the Velt News on X.
In the presidency, temporarily, that the American people have given you, right? You've revoked a lot of people's security clearances. You've revoked people's security details who are still threatened, with death threats. You've gone after law firms because they've employed people you don't like or They have represented people.
Well,
you
they
don't
obviously
like.
agreed because they paid me a lot of money.
Well, the reason they agreed is because you were threatening to destroy their business with your executive order that said you can't represent clients for the federal government. That's their bread and
big
butter.
boys. These are the biggest, most powerful lawyers. These are not
You
people
got a lot of
that are
leverage as
easily
president.
intimidated.
As president, you've got all the cards.
They paid hundreds of millions of dollars because they felt, I guess, they probably felt they did something wrong.
It was for survival, sir.
No, it isn't.
You're crushing their business.
These firms are very powerful firms, and there's 15 of them. And these are firms that probably, look, you have to ask them. In fact, this is a separate story. You have to ask them, why did you all pay Trump hundreds of millions of dollars in services, et cetera? Why did you do that? I don't know.
You don't think that
we had a clause in the thing that while we admit no wrongdoing, but it's like one of those things. And now I'm friendly with those firms, but it's, these are the most powerful firms in the world. And they just signed whatever I put in front of them. I've never seen anything like it. I'm actually surprised myself in a certain way, but they obviously felt they probably did something wrong. I guess that's why they signed.
I guess the question out of that is the concern that people have. Are you using your powers as president to get personal revenge?
No, I'll tell you what you're really not asking, and you should be asking. There has never been a president in this country, in the history, that was persecuted like I was persecuted by really crooked people, dishonest, horrible people, and it's been proven. So when you say I'm treating people rough, I'm not treating people rough. I was treated worse than any president in the history of our country. And, people figured, well, maybe that's it. Finally, we got, he's leaving town. There goes the helicopter. And then I came back. And I came back because I have tremendous support. When you win an election like I won it, and you will admit I won all 7 swing states. I won the popular vote. I won 2,750 districts compared to 500 districts. That's why the map is all red. And those people feel that I was treated unfairly.
But does that give you the right to go after your political opponents with the powers of this office?
I'm going after, all I'm doing, hey, Biden did something to me, and I did something to Biden. And you know why I did it? Because he's grossly incompetent. That's not a man that should be allowed to, be looking at things that are very confidential.
But what about,
because
71
here's a
people
man that used an auto pen to sign very important documents. Now, who really do you think he knew that they were using an auto pen? I mean, he used an auto pen to sign very, very important documents. And so those are really the questions you should be asking. What do you think of the auto pen? Who wielded the auto pen? Because whoever that person was, think of it, whoever the person that wielded the auto pen, he was really the president of the United States. Because I don't think that Biden knew anything about it.
Fair enough. But you are the president now, and I'm asking the justification for going after people you don't like.
No. People that I think are dishonest. It's not that I don't even know most of them. They're people that I think
people
are
made you
dishonest.
angry.
No, it's not anger. These are people that I think are very dishonest. I don't think they're worthy of being able to go into top secret information. I think that's fine. And Biden did that with many of our people. But when you look at it, these are people that I don't think are worthy. That's my decision. It's not a question of anger.
Okay. I understand you just had a phone call with the new Canadian premier, and they just had this election.
Yeah.
You were a big issue in it. And Canadians, many of them, are really angry, furious about your talk about we're going to take over Canada, it's going to become the 51st state. And it kind of is of a piece. A lot of travel is down into the United States from around the world. It feels like there's been reputational
The country's
damage.
doing great.
Well,
prices are down.
Not the tourism.
Gasoline's down. Energy's down. Tourism is going to be way up. Wait till you see the numbers. The tourism is way up.
I know.
Now Canada, tourism's doing very well. We're doing very well. We're doing very well. Wait till you see the real numbers come out in 6 months from now. Wait till you see the numbers.
But do you
They're gonna
think,
be
I'm going to
very
ask you,
good.
if I may, do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency? No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across a stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent. You knew it, I knew it, and everybody knew it, but you guys didn't want to write it because you're fake news. All right. Thank you. And by the way, ABC is one of the worst. I have to be honest with you. Thank you for the opinion, but more importantly, thank you for having us here. I have one more question. It's a big one. It's a question that you know a lot of people have out there. What do you say to people who are concerned you are seizing too much power and becoming an authoritarian president like we haven't had before? No, I would hate them to think that. I'm doing one thing. I'm making America great again. We have a country that was failing. We have a country that was laughed at all over the world. We had a leader that was grossly incompetent. He should have never been there. The election was rigged. He should have never been there. Our country suffered greatly, and now our country's coming back like nobody can believe. I have editorials just today where they're saying they've never seen anything like it. They love it. Our country's coming back, and we're respected again. Mr. President, thank you. Thank you, Terry, very much.
That's a fact. Our country is coming back, and our country is great again. What is y'all talking about? See? And there it is. Can y'all hear me? Hello? See, that's the point people don't want to address, right? The country, he got to do what he got to do to put the fucking country back on track. What is y'all talking about? Like I said, I just wanted to hear that whole full interview in its entirety. Because last night I just wasn't in that zone mentally. Yeah, but good shit, Trump. Good fucking shit, Trump. It was a good interview. It's a fucking great fucking interview. People might not like him and think Trump is whatever, but mainly those are the fucking Democrats. Democrats need to get their party together. Their party has gone to shit. The party has gone to shit. It's gone to shit. And that's just a fact. And don't get mad because the country is being great again. Trump is making this fucking country great again. He's doing his fucking job. You jump over now to the fucking the Velt News. Let me see what Velt News got going on. You're live on X. And shout out to you guys. I definitely am. I'm live on fucking Twitch. Twitch.tv/Freddie Roosevelt. See what the fuck the Velt News got going on. Yeah, and definitely like I said, it's at Velt VELT_news. Make sure you guys follow that account on Twitter if you not following that account. Sarah Netanyahu, wife of Israel PM, was overheard saying fewer than 24 hostages remain alive in Gaza. Oh shit. See, China was ripping us off like nobody else. Yeah, China been getting over. Trump said they ain't doing that no more. And Trump said, stop ripping off America. Sick of y'all shit, China. Sick of y'all shit. What the fuck is this? Amir what? Born in Canada to Egyptian parents. Became a citizen in 2019 and was Biden appointed him as a federal judge. Under 4 years, he's already blocking Trump. See, them Democrats. Them Democrats full of shit. That's why I don't listen to them no more. Democrats full of shit. This is Biden's stock market, not Trump's. I didn't take over until January 20th. Tariffs will soon kick in. And companies are starting to move into the US in record numbers. Our country will boom, but we have to get rid of, what is this? Yeah, see, they lying so much on Trump. It's crazy. That's just them fucking Democrats. The Democrats going Democrat around here, especially around this time. They making shit about a bunch of shit that ain't got nothing to do with. And welcome to motherfucking morning news with the Velt. We do this every Monday through Friday. Have a conversation about all the different topics that's going on around the world. And shout out to my people on Twitch. What is this? Woman moves to Africa and now wants to return to the U.S. after being miserable in Africa because of the bugs and water. Yeah. And that's crazy. And shout out to whoever posted this on the Velt News. Why the fuck y'all keep talking about going to Africa? Go to Africa for what? But they trying to go to that fucking poor ass country.
The bullshit not having no food.
We fucking in America. What we going there for? The fuck? That's why all them Africans is coming to America. They in America for a fucking reason. Everybody knows the promised land is fucking America. But let's listen to what this young lady has to say for leaving America and then talking about some going to Africa.
But y'all, I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit bribery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit
bribery,
scam,
fraud, scam,
the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks, the bullshit not having no food, the bullshit electricity, the bullshit hot water, the bullshit what's that shit called that be coming down? The bullshit animals and scorpions outside the house. It's big
scorpions
ass
outside your
spiders,
house.
It's big ass.
Ain't nobody trying to go back to no motherfucking Africa. What is y'all talking about? Oh, we ain't going back to Africa. The fuck, this our country. United States of America. That's what she get. Now she want to complain about it. That's what your ass get. For taking your ass way over there, talking about you going back home. I'm going to Africa. Go to Africa for what? You know how many Africans sit in the motherfucking United States of America and goddamn it, they come here for a reason. You motherfuckers got over there drinking that dirty ass water. We're not Africans. The fuck? You Africans is the one who sold us during slavery. Fuck you talking about. I'm not thinking about that shit. Talking about going back to Africa. You know, motherfucking African booty scratcher. Men's Society movie. Shut your ass up. We're not going over there. To hear y'all talking about, I'm going home. I'm going back to Africa. Ape, will you take your ass back to Ghana? Ape. We're not going over there. There's no snacks. There's no food. There's no hot water. What to think about them folks? Hear you talking about. But y'all want us to go back to Africa. I ain't going with you, Nick Bros. Y'all got to be the stupidest Negroes I ever seen a day in my life. We need to go back to Africa. For what? And we in a motherfucking land of opportunity. If you was born in America, you was a fucking American. But you got to watch them fucking Africans that was born over there. They come over here. They get their fucking green card and they think they better than us. And they're going to call you a kata. You know what the fuck is a kata? They think they better than us. Y'all get mad with the white folks for calling you a nigga. But them Africans, they call you a kata. They don't fuck with y'all. They sleep with them American women. They pay them money. They treat them like prostitutes. And then they go back home and they deal with their African ugly ass wife. Don't nobody want them. Shut your ass up. Going back over there. And you motherfuckers ain't even got hot water. Fuck is you talking about? You know, I want to go back to Africa. Well, take your ass over there. You're going to be just like these motherfuckers. The 100 men versus one gorilla. Hey, you talking about? Going over there. No motherfucking African booty scratcher. It's our motherfucking country. Black folks, y'all better wake the fuck up. This your country. My boy Malcolm X say, yeah, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Yeah, you talking about? We've been here longer than them motherfuckers. They don't run shit. Christopher Columbus ain't discovered shit. Goddamn natives, Americans, and goddamn black folks was here way before them motherfuckers. Back to Africa. But they going back to no motherfucking Africa. What the fuck is Treasury Secretary? Treasury Secretary says interest rates are down, mortgage rates are down. Boy, ain't nobody buying no damn homes. He lying like a motherfucker. Look, White House whole press briefing. He lying like a son bitch. I ain't even got to hear him lying. Boy, these folks, the young generation, boy, they ain't paying for shit. They ain't paying for shit. Paying for shit. Who is this? Wait, what? This is Robert De Niro's 29-year-old son. See? He go to P Valley. Look at this. That's Robert De Niro's 29-year-old son, dressed up like a woman. Yep, 8. Yep, got him. Yep, there go 8. 8, there go you and no woman right there. See how they go? Mm-hmm. That's the only fucked up thing about America. They keep pushing this motherfucking P Valley, Sodom and Gomorrah shit. Look at this shit. Boy, god damn it. America is great, but god damn it, you got to do something about them transmissions. Timmy then turned into terror. Take your ass in a boy's bathroom. You ain't got no business in the girl's bathroom. Timmy want to be terror. Or you following a mushroom murder trial? What the fuck is this? I don't know what the fuck this is. They wanted to drum in the mushroom trial. God damn, they on shrooms? I don't know what the fuck that's about. God damn, they goddamn shrooms. 7-year-old steals mom car because he wanted McDonald's. Wait, what? Now you want chicken nuggets and fries? He grabbed his 5-year-old sister and went full Grand Theft Auto mode, stealing mom's car to hit up McDonald's. He drove through multiple times, dodged cops, ignored a traffic stop, and only stopped when he hit a parking strip. What the fuck is going on? Boy, America, hey, I love my goddamn country, but you motherfuckers is crazy. The fuck? A 7-year-old said, fuck it, we out here. Ain't no goddamn respawning in this life. Goddamn churn. Who is Eva Dublin and why did she date? I don't hear nothing about that bullshit. I'm sick of that fucking Epstein shit. 3 hours ago, the Velt News slipping. Kim Kardashian is still preventing Kanye from seeing his children in 2025. And we're almost 5 months into the year. He paid $3.2 million in child support this year so far, but does not have the rights to. Wait, Kanye West ain't got the rights to see his kids? He got beautiful kids too. Kanye West got beautiful kids, bro. Look at them children. Oh shit. Kanye West's mom, boy, if she still was alive, she would love her grandbabies. Look at that. That little baby there. Whoever this is. Who is this little one right here? Looking like Kim. He look just like Kim. This little boy, he look like Kanye. He look like Kanye and goddamn Rob Kardashian. See, you know what's crazy when it comes to that weird ass family over there? If the daddy was alive, and God bless his soul, the daddy wouldn't be going for this shit. That daddy would not be going for this shit. Kim and her sisters and her mom with them, they fucking demonic. Demonic as fuck. What's next? Velt News. Is Kamala Harris behind orchestrated? Boy, nobody think about this fake ass. Look at this white woman. This fake Indian ass senator. Acting like she's a motherfucking black woman. That's y'all black president? Fuck Kamala Harris. And the Democrats that believe in her. We're not voting for you, girl. She think the one drop rule. Girl, shut your stupid ass up. Why was he running from the law in the first place? A man in a stolen what? Who was trying to evade law enforcement. Oh shit. Well, there's that. Man shot near Times Square early this morning around 5 a.m. Authorities are searching for the shooter. Yeah, they had a shootout. Bang, bang. Madison Square, New York today. Urgent search for Times Square shooter. See? America's going bananas. How much should Trump charge for a one-on-one meeting with? What? Trump not thinking about y'all? Sit your ass up. I don't know what that's talking about. For the first time in years, Antarctica isn't melting, it's gaining mass. New satellite data shows that the ice sheet added a record 108 gigatons per year from 21 to 23, reversing a years-long trend of ice loss that raised sea levels. Boy, they better leave Antarctica alone. Some shit over there in Antarctica. Boy, them goddamn White Walkers. Them White Walkers coming. Prank going wrong. What the fuck is this? What kind of prank is this? Let me see. Let me see.
Nothing. It's a prank. It's a prank. I didn't do anything. It's some money from the pocket. Huh? Just please. Security.
She said security.
It's a prank. It's a prank. I didn't do anything.
The video, it's not funny.
Okay, it's a prank video. I'm allowed to record. No one's doing anything.
I'm allowed to record. Is it when you walk past people
This is my safety. I'm allowed to record.
saying you've taken money out of their account?
It's a joke. It's a joke. Sense of humor.
I've learned my lesson.
See? They ready to call the motherfucking police. Police, police, police. Crazy. Yeah, Kanye West Donda 2 is out. Is that shit on Apple Music yet? I'm not listening to that bullshit unless he put that shit on Apple Music. I'm not going to Spotify. Fuck YouTube Music. I'm not going to none of that shit. I'm not going to Tidal. What is wrong with Kanye West? I'm gonna drop this shit on fucking YouTube Music and Tidal. Like we finna go over there. Ain't nobody going to that shit. Boy, we got Apple Music. Fuck wrong with you? Until Donda 2 is released on motherfucking Apple Music, Kanye West, I'm not listening to that shit. Not listening to that shit. I heard it was dope, but you know, it is what it is. What is this? Okay, I don't want to hear that shit. Get them goddamn Muslims alone. Kanye West, yeah, that was a live listening party. Boom, boom. Is Trump getting started? How many wins? And all right, cool. That's that. Let me see something. You're getting some goddamn niggadom. Hold on. Let me see what Act talking about. What fucking academics talking about. Let's see what they fucking talking about. Velt News, y'all doing a great goddamn job. But y'all need to get on top of it. Velt News, get on fucking top of it. What are they talking about? That's some bullshit. Costa and I was discussing 100 humans. I don't want to hear that. Ye reveals Donda 2 will be taken down because the managers of the producers Ye taught how to make beats are trying to extort him for not they trying to extort Kanye for $3 million. Look, see? So Donda finna get taken down. Donda 2. See? What'd he get? Fat Joe just said his ex hype man for defaming him. What? Wait, Fat Joe sued his ex hype man for defaming him as a pedophile. PDF. Should Drake sue Kendrick for dedicating the stadium to the Drake defaming him as a prolific? Yo, this is crazy, bro. Y'all gotta stop putting that jacket. Like that's why music is done, bro. The music business, that shit's over with. That shit's over with. Shit is wild work. Shit is all madness now. It's madness. They didn't make Marvin Gaye P-Valley. Crazy. You know, it's crazy. He speaks on releasing. All right, he ain't talking about shit either. All right. He ain't talking about shit. I mean, academics ain't talking about shit. Hold on. He ain't talking about shit. See, Velt News, y'all gotta be on top of it. Y'all doing a good job though. You're doing a good job. See what say Cheese talking about. NFL has fined the Falcons $250,000. Oh damn. Defensive coordinator Jeff $100,000 for the leak of Shador Sanders' phone number. Oh shit. Good shit, NFL. Find him. Playing with them white folk. I don't give a fuck about that. The Dirt team has released a statement regarding recent developments in his case. Oh shit. Free Smirk. I fuck with Dirt. Free Smirk. The judge has agreed to hear Lil Durk's new bond request on May 8th. Hopefully, Durk get his shit going. Shout out to him. All right, shit. All right, that's it. I ain't finna go through all that bullshit today. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's popping so far. But now I'm finna get into the young folks. Hello, this goddamn. It's almost noon. Let's see what's popping. Light this thing up. Hype this thing up. Appreciate that. Thinking for the 100 bits. Let me see something. I want to watch something. Right? It was something like I said. I was gonna play this earlier, since I got a lot of that out of the way. Hopefully I find this channel again. I forget the name of it. But yeah, light this thing up, hype this thing up. I've been officially on Twitch for 2 months at this point. Definitely, if you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Freddie Roosevelt. But it's where's this shit at? Let me go to this shit. I'm finna get into the young folks with this drill shit every time, because every time I think of fucking Durk, I think of this little. It's some shit I seen is where the fuck is this shit at? Fuck, how the fuck do I find it? I'm trying to see. Okay, let me go to this channel. I seen some shit, right? Okay, murder capital of the world. Okay. Fuck it, I'll just play the Houston one. Some shit I seen, bro, and I was like, bro, when it come to these young kids, man, and I feel bad for these young kids. But we finna watch this shit. Fuck it, y'all gotta bear with me. But just know I'm coming from this position. I just think it's fucked up what's happening to a lot of these kids today in the world. They all want to be on this drill shit, and I feel bad for these single mothers who don't really understand what the fuck is going on, and y'all putting your kids in harm's way. Y'all don't understand like the struggle that these young kids, they out here 17, 18, and they willing to drill, and just don't know what the fuck is going on. And it's goofy gang shit. It's goofy gang shit. So I'm gonna watch this, right? I just ran across this channel yesterday. And it's called Welcome to Houston, the murder capital of Texas. But we're gonna watch this, and y'all just put in the chat, give me your thoughts in the chat. But I'm gonna just let this run and let it play. But listen to this shit, where these young folks at today about just trying to be drilling and these kids. Some of them look like they're 15.
We got one of those cities where you can come from out of town, kill something, and just leave. You somewhere you ain't supposed to be.
Why you finna murder right in Houston? It's so hard. Houston different, bro. A different type of breed I took. The younger youth now, see, they crashing out. They doing whatever, you feel me? They want a hat now.
This is what we doing out here now, you know what I mean? Put a belt on their ass and shit like that.
What you with the money don't get glorified no more. They don't respect that no more. They respect who got the most hats, who got the most souls.
Either you kill or be killed out here.
People get their feelings hurt over words. Houston dying over words.
Yeah, that's what I feel like about the now, y'all think we killed, yeah, we put up.
Everybody be dissing, really just end up dead. Everybody want to kill you.
I was just outside playing tag. I was trying to tag a toe. I want to strike him like bowling. Boom, knock him down in the road.
He see them cameras coming out, and he see they getting money. You gonna always hit on it, man. Y'all know how that shit go.
Because you're on live, getting a lot of views. Them views would be the death of you.
Y'all want to leave the street light? One of your partners gonna die. I'm telling you, I know I already seen it. Drill is in the city, bro, and it's getting worse. More people keep dying. More people gonna keep going to jail, bro. My whole crowd gone, bro.
If I seen a car right now driving past us slow, I'm gonna stop this interview.
I seen 2 jump out of the car and just smoke 3.
I think about this shit.
You in this shit, ain't no getting out this shit. A lot of born in this shit.
But when you hungry, man, ain't no food in the highs. And then at the same time, you seeing that flourishing around you in the same environment. They flourishing. How they do
a
that?
lot of you black women, y'all gotta pay attention. These are y'all kids. Y'all single mothers, these y'all kids.
So I'm back again with another documentary. This time we're in Houston.
Normally when you think Texas, you think barbecue, sports. I'm about to show you a side that you never knew existed.
And from what I've looked online at the moment, per capita, it is the murder capital
Y'all can
of
be
the
that
South.
mama. But when they 19, 20, 21, they out here drilling. It's crazy. This is the result of a broken home. Having all them damn different churns, different baby daddies. Here go y'all churn right here.
And where are we at the moment? We're in Acres Home. It's 790, you feel me, the murder. Houston, Texas, you feel me? And what's this area known for? We Texas out here, you feel me? We be on our own shit, country shit, you feel me? We like to have fun, thug shit, you feel me? Shit, it go down out here though. We make the best out of it, you feel me? That's all we could do, shit, you know, feel me? You gotta grow up. You can't be a kid forever, you feel me? It's a real world out here, you feel me? So you gonna go through real shit. Everybody gonna figure it out. There's places out here that shit, people need help, shit. You gotta go get that shit. People really struggling out here. It's a lot that come with this shit. For me being a kid, watching the ones I looked up to leave, you feel me, off this same shit. Because I'm growing up around my everyday, he gone now, you feel me? Like, that shit weak, you feel me? Like, you don't wanna hate that shit. Like, and Gucci, how'd you deal with that trauma? I be trying to stay focused, shit, rap, do what's best, shit, what they been trying to do what they want me to do, shit, look at it as a bright side, like, shit, I can't just sit on my ass and, you feel me, feel sorrow or just cry about the same shit every day. I gotta make a change, shit. What would they want me to do, you feel me? Like, I gotta keep going. What's my next step? I gotta keep going. I can't let everybody, if one person just feeling down and shit, everybody up, the whole team gonna be like that, you feel me? Everybody around you gonna be fucked up. Somebody gotta make a change, so uplift everybody around this bitch, you feel me?
We right here, we in Third Ward.
Is it safe to be here?
It's safe, hell yeah, but you're the safest part of Houston.
When you say Houston, Third Ward is probably one of the stiffest and safest places. Boy, it's just dangerous as hell, boy. You safe as fuck, boy. It's dangerous, but you safe as fuck, boy.
Hey, you with the right people, we ain't gonna let that happen.
Being serious, logically speaking, you ain't gotta worry about nobody riding up shooting. That ain't happened less than 2-3 years. Like, we worry about money.
That's what I said, like, ain't nothing going on.
We ain't got no ops, like, the ops down there, but we don't got no ops.
Actually, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's real life. You can't miss it or fake it.
And what age should you jump off the board?
Huh?
What age should you jump off?
I ain't gonna lie. I really ain't gonna lie. It really was never no push for me.
It's like when you come out here
no
straight
push for me.
street, it's like,
I ain't gonna lie. No cap. My little brother died. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get to see 8 years old.
My brother was 8.
And my blood little brother ain't get to see 20. He died at 17. His blood little brother died at what? 8. So he didn't get to get past 8.
What part of Houston is South Park in?
It's like, it's the southeast.
Mm-hmm. What's it known for, this area?
Fat Pat, Big Poke, H-Town shit, you know, a lot of just different H-Town shit. That's where it was originated from, you know. But for us, we the young niggas, you know, this is what we doing out here now, you know what I mean? Put belt on ass and shit like that.
The murder rate in Houston is higher than any other city in Texas. Why do you reckon that would be?
I mean, because, like, shit, we don't know how to get along with each other. So, shit, all we see is we trying to go rob, we trying to go make some money, shit. I'm 30. This is my little cousin, he 20, 21, 19, you know what I'm saying, like that. I might did something 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And the shit backed up, now he got to deal, you know what I'm saying? But we still in it. But he in the streets now, so all the smoke that we didn't inherit, that he didn't inherit. Now he beef with their little cousin, they big homie, you know what I'm saying? So we probably just killed their partners. Now they on some shit, you know what I'm saying? Now they trying to get back at so the shit will never stop. You know?
You better have your gun, cause I got mine, I'm trying to slide. Anybody fucking with them that's on that side of the gonna die, that's on my mama, you gonna die. I did this shit so many times, I'm with the shits, I'm on my mind, I'm cracking balls and dropping fire, that's on my mama, nigga. I done did some shit that I can't say, fuck, that ain't no sugar coated. Nigga played it, he got face. I keep my gun inside my hand, you got your shit up on your waist, not worry about a fucking thing, cause I'ma bang out with my Drake. You know what I'm saying? This the H, you know what I'm saying? This the north side. You know what I'm saying? Northwest side, y'all know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This shit real, bro, not for fake. I've been saying this shit drill, you know what I'm saying? But now all the blogs, Houston blogs and big time rappers around the city, old school, they starting to say drill, you know what I'm saying? Like it's starting to be a topic in the city now. That shit starting to make gangs, getting into it and shit. Who started drill and who the best.
I'm seeing a lot of arguments of who the face of drill is of Houston.
Exactly. And you looking at them on my life, on my dead brother, you looking at them. I started this shit. For all, shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out CEO Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my dudo, y'all doing y'all thing. They know, like everybody know, bro, where this shit came from, where this shit started from, you know what I'm saying? And
finding murders in the hood is glorified. It's like,
it's right is glorified. With the money don't get glorified no more. With the shit like cool, don't, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to be the cool no more with the hoes, you know what I'm saying? With the money and shit. They don't respect that no more. They respect who got the most hats, who got the most souls, you know what I'm saying? Who killed the most people.
This ain't no safe shit. This ain't no safe. You safe because you with us though. I got a bunch of motherfuckers who ain't gonna let nothing happen to you.
I appreciate that.
Let's make some team saying it. Say it again, back so.
The face of drill.
Hey, Genie is the king of drill.
They call this a station.
And what's the station? And what's it known for?
Man, his bitch churching. You somewhere you ain't supposed to be. Cause you good, cause you with us though. But this ain't where you need to be at, bro. Super drug infested, super murder, super all that. They built a whole task force just for this one block alone. Facts. All they do is patrol. That's why when I don't know if you passed up and seen like
The police
out there. Yeah, it's a task force just for our block.
And what kind of relationship do people in the streets have with the police?
Shit, we can get the fuck away from them hoes.
Would you say you feel protected when the police are around?
Hell no. Nah. They'll kill us.
You around the police.
They'll kill us.
In front of the police.
They're down there see us get into a shootout and sit back. All the time we defending ourselves.
Hey everyone. Today I want to talk about something that could make a huge difference if you or someone you know ever gets injured in an accident. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions, and that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They've been fighting for victims like you for over 30 years. Just recently, they secured life-changing verdicts for people who were in serious accidents. Times the highest insurance offer, 26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and 6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. And here's the best part, Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. It takes only a few minutes to see if you have a case. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm, and as America's largest injury law firm, they're ready to take on insurance companies of every size. And did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just a click? It's so easy, you can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/taboo.
It's on a whole fucking ad.
Link in the
I don't want to hear
description.
this shit.
And they're back to the documentary.
Yeah.
Once you try a comfort hoodie, you can't go back to regular hoodies. They're slightly.
I don't want to hear that shit. This motherfucker done did a whole goddamn ad. Then playing ads on top of it. The fuck? Look at this shit.
It's so hard to decipher who the aggressor. So when you got two group of people shooting at each other, who started it? Who defending themselves and who, you know what I'm saying, who the aggressor? So fuck it, I don't know who it is. So now we finna go at both of them. It's like 10 different apartment complexes on this one block.
And they all, you can hit the gate and be in a whole.
Like if I hit that gate, I'm in the next apartment. Go down, hit another gate, I'm in the next apartment.
Two apartments. Oh, bridge right here. You can go over the bridge and be in a whole another section. It's 4 parts of Cypress Station with 3 for real.
You know,
so this shit ain't normal.
Hey, we in the trench with this shit. Learn money.
You know what's sad? I blame them parents. I blame the fucking parents. And the sad part, it's the parents' fault. You got these single mothers, and they okay with they kids portraying this shit. Because if y'all listen to the other dude, he said he was 30, right? So if he's 30, then he said his little cousin is like 20, 21, and he inherited his beef. Where the fuck is the mom and the daddy? Do y'all not see? I ask myself the right questions always in these kind of conversations, right? Because where's the mom and the daddy? If you 2021, where your mama? Where your daddy? Where's your mama and your daddy? And it'd be so clear and it'd be so obvious that these parents, they don't give a fuck about their kids, bro. They really don't. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They give a fuck about reputation. Your parents is caught up into this shit. That's why, as a parent, get your kids out of these certain situations, right? It's like when I grew up, or from what I understand, right? Based off what my mother and my father told me growing up. They did everything to make sure me, my brothers, and my sisters didn't grow up in this weird ass environment. So, and that's what they did. Make sure they put us in a better situation. So now you got a bunch of these parents that you either a part of the system, which is the problem, or you're doing everything to get your kids out of it. But you got a lot of these grown ass motherfucking parents, 40, 36, 39, 40, 45, and they okay with this shit. They promoting it. They're promoting it. They promoting their kids to be about the bullshit. They're promoting their kids to sell drugs. They promoting their kids to be gangsters. They promoting their kids to be a part of the fucking issue. It's fucking weird. It's weird. And I don't give a fuck about sounding like the old guy in the goddamn room, because I am the old guy in the room. But you make it this long because you do what you do and you get out. But when you start glorifying certain shit and then start making it about, and then you perpetuating this shit to your kids, because a lot of these parents, let's just keep it real, this is what they're doing. They promoting this shit to their fucking kids and making their kids feel like it's cool to be about drill and losing your life at 20, 21, 25. That's a baby. That's a child. These black parents are like, bro, they have became the worst species. And I said what the fuck I said. They became the worst fucking species. Y'all promoting for y'all fucking kids to do all this weird ass shit and be out here risking their fucking life. And y'all got to be careful, bro. And all I'm saying is this, right? Just make sure y'all do right by them kids. Put them kids in a better situation, because that's why I tried to watch this shit a few days ago. I came across that maybe 4 or 5 days ago. And it's still like, I try to even watch it now. I can't. I can't. Because I don't teach I got a 23-year-old, an 18-year-old, 2 13-year-olds, twins. Like, I can't be promoting to them to do that. That's not cool. That's why when my sons came to me and tell my oldest son, right, which, like I just said, he's 23. He want to be a rapper. He can produce, he can rap, he can do a bunch of shit. Boy, you know what I told him? I don't give a fuck what I did in music. You're not doing it. You ain't finna be no rapper. Today, rappers, they die very young. They drilling. No. It's okay to go to work. I'm not promoting that to my fucking sons. Because at some point, he's going to be the 30-year-old black man. Boy, get your life together. Fuck that shit. What it seems like, what is cool on the internet, that ain't cool. Them same friends that's talking about they drilling, they outside, and they doing all that weirdo shit, those are the same ones that be in prison or in jail while you getting your shit together. So by the time you turn 30, you got your shit together. Don't follow behind that madness. Think I'm dead ass serious. That's why I tell my 23-year-old. And thank God he got the mother he has, right? Because me and her are on the same page with this shit. That's why I appreciate her so much. Because shit, if I don't get through him, she'll go upside his goddamn head. Well, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. That's why parenting is so key, and always blame the parents. Because she probably tell him no. But then when I say no, it's a no. Or if she says yes and I say no, then it's still a no. It's being on the same accord. But these parents out here using their kids, and I forget who said that the other day, but it's too many black parents out here, right? Using their kids for a benefit to them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Forget what the fuck we was talking about, but that's what a lot of these parents is doing today. That shit is it's fucking sad. Sad. The kids is they fucking come up. The kids is they fucking come up. And it's crazy. I wish I would be out here fucking teaching my goddamn sons to be out here, get on some drills. I wish one of them motherfuckers would come to me talking about they scamming and jugging. I'm gonna go upside his motherfucking head. And you go tell them motherfuckers I went upside your goddamn head. Ain't doing that. That's the kind of parent I am. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna go upside your goddamn head. What? You doing what, boy? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull up on you. Okay, you gangster, right? It's like, true example, right? Thinker. I pulled up to the I was pulling up to the gas station one day, and forget what I was in there for. But I seen this older father checking his 15-year-old. He was going the fuck off. Like, what? You want to be gangster? You want to be gangster? He said, you want to be all this shit on the internet. He packing his son up live at the gas station. I had to tell him, you ain't did nothing wrong. That's what these kids is on. Pack him up. Pack your motherfucking son up. Because he not understanding the little boy had to be about 13 to 15. No, you did right. Because why you want to be gangster? That's why I'm like, with my son, boy, you gangster now. Okay, I'm gonna show you gangster. Go through me. Now let's find out what gangster look like. Because fuck all that, nigga. Like, that shit's not cool. Would you want to be dead or in jail? No, that shit's not cool. And I should have sympathy for these single mothers, because single mothers are put in this situation because the mother, what can she do? A mother don't give a fuck. To you women, let me tell y'all the truth. To any single mother who has a son, by the time that child, I said to Crystal, by the time Noah, right? I forget the other young boy's age, but Noah, since Noah's like 1, Noah's gonna be mama's boy till he about 7. Once he reached 7, he's not gonna give a fuck about what mama talking about. It's what daddy talking about. That's boys. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah, Tip, pack that Tip. I'll pack my sons the fuck up. He 23. Boy, you got to go through me. You gangster. All right, I'm going to show you gangster. Fuck them niggas on the internet. I'm going to be your worst nightmare. You doing what on the internet? Let me find out they doing anything on TikTok. Weird ass shit on the internet. I'll pull up on them. Give a fuck. He can be 30. See, that's the old school I come from. Sometimes a child needs his ass whooped and be put in place. But the point I'm making is, right, when you have these little boys, it's only so much the mother can do to raise that boy. Now, women, y'all got control of them girls. But at some point, them boys, you're going to have to release them. That's why it's key. If a woman has a boy, this is why it's key that father is in their life. This is when they spiral out of control. They're going to start acting out. They're going to start doing this. They're doing it because they don't have that male influence. So as we sitting there watching that weirdo shit what we was just watching, I'm pretty sure a lot of them was raised in a single mother's home. Because the mother, oh yeah, I did my best. I raised little Johnny. I raised Eric. Eric's supposed to have been a good child. But you still a woman. Gotta remember, even though you the mama, when that boy gets 19, 21, at that point, he's a man. He has no regards for you as a woman. He don't even know it. All he know is, well, that's my mama, I'm gonna respect her. But he has no regards for you. 0. That's just the harsh truth. Oh yeah, more than that, Velt belts for $20. My ass. Thinker, I still do this with my young boys. Right? My young boy, he from the NO. And like I tell him, he tell me the same shit. Thinker, and he's 30, he should be about 36, 37 today. He already know this. We gonna get in that front yard. I'm gonna whoop his ass at 36, 37. At some point, nigga, let's get in that front yard. That's how we did it in the South. I don't know about y'all. But I don't give a fuck how old I get. I'll be 50 years old and still, what, young nigga? All right, get your ass in this front yard. I'm telling you, I'm gonna knock you upside your fucking head to knock some sense into you. If that's what we gotta do. If we gotta wrestle, we gotta do whatever we gotta do. But you're gonna be respectful around here. But them other kids, see, them are the problems. It's them ones, them single mothers, letting their kids spiral out of control, trying to prove they gangster, buying guns and doing this weirdo shit. Think of the moment you ready to put your hands and feet on them and like, nah, put it down. You gangster, right? Knock you upside. You know what they're gonna do? Pull the trigger. That's a scary man. But this is what these single mothers don't understand, the position they put their own kids, or aka their sons, in. And then I definitely can't stand the black mothers, right? Who raising their sons to be on some scary shit. I don't like them either. Because there's no way a black mother should have a black son and you teaching him to be submissive to white supremacy. You know how many black women is actually doing that today? They're teaching their black son to be submissive to white supremacy. They can call you the N-word, they can bully you, and you just supposed to take it. Man, fuck all that shit. We ain't doing that. Not on my watch. That's a whole nother conversation and a whole nother motherfucking topic. But I say all that bring it back to that video what we was just watching, and I think that's weird because the shit on I'm like, I honestly I don't even feel bad for a lot of these single mothers because they did it to themselves. This is what the fuck they get for sleeping with all these different men about all this feminist weirdo shit and that Me Too movement shit. And now they sons out here going to jail, risking their life, fucked up in life because they're weird, because they want to be tough. Stop trying to prove something to society. Stop looking for validation through the internet. Y'all know how many nothing ass mamas and daddies that's just fucking out here. Let me find this shit. It's on the Velt page. Hold on. Let me find this shit. Because here's the truth. Hold on. I just thought of something too. Hold on. Let me find this shit on the Velt page. Velt News. Because it's the truth. See, I'm gonna wake this shit up because I don't give a fuck. You can't do nothing to me. None of you motherfuckers can do nothing to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. My reality is the truth growing up as a black man. Because these fake ass feminist women, like black men, oh, black men, shut up. We sick of y'all shit. Oh, some of this shit pull up. The fuck is going on? Is it taking this long? It's taking too long. Goddamn little shit. Hold on. Because Charleston White, I'm gonna get to this Charleston White shit, right? Get to the Velt News real quick. It's a video. It's crazy because I just thought about this shit. What is this shit? What's that breaking news? And definitely shout out to you, ladies who running the Velt News. Good fucking job. I meant that. I'm doing a great job. Shit. Now I ain't gotta go nowhere. All I gotta do is go to the goddamn Velt News. And I get all my goddamn news from one fucking page. That's all I need. Let me find this video. It's good shit on that Velt News. Boy, y'all just don't know. That's per content on that page. Great fucking job. Outstanding job. And I'm not saying that just to say it, because I would have told you, I would have been like, yo, that shit's trash. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing. This is good shit on the Velt News. Live on X. Trying to find it. I'm scrolling through it now. Yeah, this is good shit. There's a lot going on the Velt News. Shit. I get all my news shit now from one motherfucking page. I ain't gotta go all over the goddamn place. What the fuck is this video? Oh shit. That's how you know they on top of their shit. Good shit. There you go. All right, we close. All right, there we go. Yeah. Hold on. Let me bring this shit up. What you said, Tiff? Our oldest will be 17 this year. He needs his father right now more than he needs me, and that's okay. I'm always here when he needs me for those comforting and vulnerable moments. But as he grow into his manhood, he needs my husband more. Exactly. That's just boys, Tiff. It's not personal. That's just boys. Boys always need that male figure around them. Otherwise, they're always gonna get derailed. They're always gonna get derailed. And women, that's a need y'all can never satisfy. Hate to say it, but that's a need you can never satisfy.
I met your mama at club such and such. She would.
Hold on, let me pause that real quick and start this over. But Tiff, yeah. So that's a need that a woman can never fulfill for her son. That's why I used Krista as an example, right? Noah's still breastfeeding. That's her baby. This my baby. My baby. But when Noah get 15, 16, all this nursing shit she doing, Noah not gonna give a fuck about none of that. He gonna want to be around his daddy. It ain't personal. He love his mama, but boys like to be around and do boy shit. Yeah. Noah gonna be out there hunting. He gonna want to know what the rifle's doing. He gonna want to go deer hunting, duck hunting. That's just the way it works. That's the way it works. That's why it's a beautiful thing when a woman, she at least gets a girl. That's why for men, at least you get a boy. Why? Because you know the boy, at the end of the day, he can be a mama's boy, but that boy's supposed to be I don't even want to say idol worshiping, but his role model is his dad. For every son, his role model is his dad. Whatever his daddy doing, that's what he doing. It's just a fact. But now I'm gonna get into this. Shout out to the Velt News. If you ain't following that page, it's at Velt News on X. But listen with Charleston White, because this shit was so funny when I saw this and heard this shit, because it's the truth. This is what most men, right? When these women make mistakes, this is what they dealing with. Here's the mistake. And Charleston White finna break it all the way down. But this shit is actually the fucking truth. Now, ladies, if y'all get offended, don't be offended. Charleston White, he troll a lot. But this is what men really think of y'all. You probably was an accident. It was one good night at the club. Y'all was having fun. He hit you raw. Y'all had a baby, and you was an accident baby. That's all it is. And the nigga really like, fuck you. That's what it is. It's the truth. But let's just listen to Charleston White as he tell y'all, especially how these black fathers think. Because they didn't like you like that. You was an ass.
That was a hoe you done put a baby in. Now, I don't mean to call your mama a hoe or a little lady, but your daddy was fucking a hoe. And at some point, you got to sit the kids down and tell them, listen, I met your mama at club such and such. She with 3, 4, 5 that most of them were lesbians, but they play like they friend. I saw your mama. She had on this outfit. Me and my niggas was together. I pulled up on your mama. I bought everybody some drinks, and your mama was easy. I mama that night. We started out fucking with no rubber, but we was at a hotel. But before checkout time, I was fucking your mama with no rubber. She would let me put it in her mouth. She swallowed that cum, and I'm a lazy nigga. I cummed all in your mama. 3 months later, your mama say she was pregnant. We was just, we did not plan to have you. I ain't in no situation to take care of you. So listen, I'm over here with another woman now. Me and your mama was just, I met your mama 3 months ago. Now I'm living with a woman that's helping me get my credit together. Not only that, she let me drop her off at work, borrow her car, where I get to ride around and hustle and sell weed and try to get my money and do what I do. I come back and pick her up. Even though I pick her up late, she still let me use the car, and I'm cheating on her. And every now and then I come back over here and fuck your mama, even when you was born. That's why when you was at a certain age, you remember me coming through the house. But it was only at nighttime. Remember, you never remember me coming through the daytime because your mama was just a good fuck. Now here it is, we done had you. At some point, boys and girls, your mom and daddy got to sit you down and let you know they was just fucking. They had no intention on having you. You a mistake, baby.
Yo, what? Wait, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, that was it. Oh my god, yo. Yo, that's what's so crazy, right? Y'all might disagree.
That was a hole you done put a baby in. Now I don't mean to call.
That was the hole you put the baby in. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, let me see that. Oh yeah, yesterday the news came out. TikTok takes the number 2 live streaming platform over Twitch. So you got YouTube number 1. TikTok just became number 2, and then Twitch is number 3. Twitch, y'all better figure out your shit. That's crazy. That short form video is winning. But this is dealing with live streaming. God damn, Twitch. What the fuck y'all got going on, Twitch? Get y'all shit together, Twitch. That's crazy to be beat by TikTok. Where's this girl at? Like I said, and if y'all not following the Velt News on X, definitely follow the Velt News at Velt_news. And with this video, right? I never knew women felt like this about each other.
It's
This
the
girl,
secret hate for real. It's the harboring hate.
yeah, some shit. She's saying basically like, yo, this is what y'all women be dealing with. Like, women be hating on each other like that. I know y'all be sleeping with each other, men and boyfriends and shit, but I didn't know women be secretly hating on each other. But let's listen to this.
I've been done so wrong by females that I'm scared to make new friends. That's real crazy to me. Like the average girl will have trust issues with men, but me, like I have trust issues with women. It's the secret hate for real. It's the harboring hate that I found out about later on that I can't get with. And like this girl, I was friends with her for 20 years. 20 years. And she told another girl, like, condoned the idea of another girl shooting me. Y'all, I watched this girl give birth. I was in the delivery room. And she condoned this girl shooting me. I stood toe to toe with this girl's baby dad in a restaurant in her defense while he sat with his newborn that she had just found out about. Like, thick and thin, I was with this girl and she condoned the idea of another girl shooting me. When the girl said she was going to shoot me, this girl said, go ahead, nobody's going to call the police. This girl that was my friend for 20 years, my sister. I got trust issues with women and I'm finally ready to talk about it. Finally.
But damn. Y'all women be dealing with that? That's fucking crazy. Like I said, I've heard about some of y'all be defending these women to my friend. That same broad fuck your man. We'll sleep with your man. Wait, well, what's this? Find out what this is.
You like him enough to get pregnant by him.
Like, I like him.
So you
I'm just not
him enough
sure.
to get pregnant by him, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him?
Like, I'm working on it.
Let me repeat this for you. You like him enough to get pregnant by him, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him.
Like, so, like, if I was to get pregnant, like, I wouldn't have a problem because it's him. Like,
baby, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Listen to me. I'm gonna repeat this one more time. You like him enough to create a life with him. An 18-year.
See, here's the thing. Y'all know what that means, right? These women that like you enough to get pregnant by you, but not willing to have to go down the marriage road or road, ROAD. Man, these women don't give a fuck no more. These women really have accepted that shit. Men don't care for them like that. And their options is too strong. It's too strong. You ain't got to put up with that shit no more. And men know this now. We ain't got to put up with y'all shit. There's too many women out here that you can be good to them and you ain't got none of them problems. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Wait, what? A Democrat crashing out about a redhead again?
Fought for this country, and look at you!
Wait,
You
what?
can take that hat off! Now it's disgusting! You're disgusting! You're wearing this outfit that my husband fought for this country! And look at you! Look at you! You're a piece of doo-doo and you know it!
Trash!
You ruined this country! You and all of your people that have robots! Robots! You're robots! You drank the Kool-Aid, didn't you, huh? Didn't you? Stupidity!
Ma'am, I hope you have a great day again.
Oh, you son of a mother!
Yeah, she crashing. She crashing. Oh shit, she crashing. That's crazy. She crashing. But a goddamn red hat. That's crazy. She crashing by the goddamn red hat. Like I said, shout out to the goddamn Velt News. Let's see what's going on. My mic on a For You page. Well, gotta miss. Who the fuck is this? I be getting crazy missing. What 50 Cent talking about? I feel how I feel this month. What the fuck 50 Cent talking about now? Need to be trolling.
Make God popular. Make God popular.
Make God popular. Fifth crazy. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for fifth shit. Fifth crazy. Fifth say make God popular again. Yeah, that's crazy. Fifth crazy. What Mike on the goddamn For You page? Fuck hate out. Let's see. Oh, they doing this shit again. Oh my Lord. Shit, ain't shit going on my goddamn For You page, but a goddamn bunch of women. Shout out my boy Big Fazo. Lakers down 3-1. Fazo, I told you ass, I'm gonna have to message him. My boy Fazo, he a Laker fan. Shout out to him. All right, ain't shit going on. All right, yeah, ain't shit going on. All right. Yeah, ain't shit happening on my For You page. That shit dead. That shit ain't cracking like it's supposed to. Yeah, 50 Cent a goddamn super troll. But with that being said, it's been fun. Love you guys. I appreciate the resubs and the gifts and the gifted subs you guys did today. Appreciate that, guys. Definitely, like I said, if you're not following the Velt News on X, definitely follow Velt VELT_news on X. Shout out to that page. That's some good information they got going on over there. Definitely appreciate you guys who's following me here on Twitch, and appreciate that twitch.tv/Freddie Roosevelt. But with that being said, I'll go live again in the next couple of hours. I got probably in about 2-3 hours, maybe. Yeah, but let me take care of some other shit. Love you guys. With that being said, this morning show is over. Morning with the Velt. We out of here. Love you guys. Stream is about to end.